la relaxing ke tshwenya ke loto ke palla le go gym ke utlwa re energy ka go tlase marai wa tseba di herbs di tla go ya mo teng.
I thought Mozwani can just walk and recharge this one.
It's royal get to Kgosietsile. So that one means that motho mysticism. So like, okay, there's something that is working on
somewhere somehow. Yeah.
Mara like ya ba hadis aga sola.
All right, guys, welcome to Kgosi FM. You know the show is Kgosietsile live show. We are live on Facebook today, guys, and we are live on YouTube as well.
Okay.
Our channel YouTube is the Kgosietsile live show. As you can see on the screen, you just go to YouTube if you wanna see us live. I'm gonna check the one here Facebook. Or check the Facebook or check out Facebook and then we are live again on air on www.segongoane.co.za/KgosiFM/ and on Radio Garden as well. We are live there, broadcasting from 72 FM in West Pretoria West in Denville. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again.
Yeah, same to you. Same to you, sir.
Yeah. Today we are discussing something very nice, very controversial, but we're going to be talking about extracts from this book, Nadi Jebilika, The Missing Link. Today I saw it fit, can we just talk about us as black people?
Yes.
All right, and how, as you said, the sublink you said is what made black people so weak. We understand. So I want us to go there. Okay, Facebook is up again. You go YouTube, and then for us to see are we that week, what happened to us, what has gone wrong, what can be fixed, and all that. And the number is 064 548 7976. You want to be part of this show and ask questions as much as you can. All right, and remember, Spotify and FM today, you'll get an audio, but I think maybe I'm going to do the video one for Spotify as well. Then people can still see us from YouTube and Spotify. Because now at the moment, we are live on two platforms.
Okay.
YouTube and Spotify. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm this guy So, first and foremost, maybe what you guys can do as introduce yourself again to people who are new, who haven't seen you guys yet. And then we can into a topic. And then I can start with my first question. Pila, this whole thing of, are we weak? What's happening? Simon.
Yeah. Okay, here Niki Simon. I'm known as Niki. My background is a spiritual guide and a herbalist and a traditionalist. And I'm getting into Sitembu, because the vampire fitlile Niki Jibilika. We introduce her to this tembu, which is in relation to a traditionalist, or a traditionalist, or a tembu. And also,
all right. The man of the hour, in a way, today.
Yes. Well, for those who don't know me, the name is Nick Chibiliga. ID.
Yeah, sure.
And why not? What didn't work?
I don't know. I think at some point in time, I mean, when you grew up within the colonial system, you always aspire whiteness. So having Nick,
then the Nick thing came in.
Having Nick. Yeah. But basically, my background is that I'm into business.
Yes.
I'm a spiritualist. I'm a historian.
All right.
I'm passionate about history.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I love to be in the spiritual realm because of when you operate within that space, that's when you are able to understand things and interpret what's happening in the physical realm.
Yeah.
And what's good about that is that not many people actually aspire to be in that space.
Okay.
And that's why a high level of ignorance that you see among a lot of people comes from the fact that they don't really want to know more about issues of spirituality. Instead, they will tell you that You know, when you talk about spirituality, they talk about superstitions and all these kind of things.
La lawyer veil. I like it.
Yeah, but you see, now I'm a man that loves power. So in the actual fact, you need to know how to generate that power.
Power is okay. Power is okay.
You see that power? That power.
Can you give me some of that power?
There are certain elements and certain things that you need to be able to connect to produce that power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To as a spiritual person, especially the issue of money. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people that are gifted, and because of they don't have money, they don't get the acknowledgement and the respect that they deserve, even though they are full of wisdom. And that's a sad thing about being called and not being able to have resources.
All right. I can understand. All right. Now let's go into this one, because but one thing I want to do, Bailey, before I go to I want to play something. I want to play something saying it touched me this past weekend. So right, I'm going to just play a little bit. It's a video clip, but I'm going to put it on the screen. I'm just going to play audio of it so people will hear it. Go high anyway. So it's a clip of this woman. Again, the DA had its US politics, remember? So we're going to touch on those individual ones. So DA had this manifesto launch, Union Buildings. I don't know why they chose that significance. You never know but they're like about Buru, but they don't know about so how dare you as a opposition party you go launch your manifesto in a seat of government? Like doesn't really make sense. And then they will say no, it's a public place, blah blah, you know, all that shit, but it's fine. Anyhow, so there was this woman who was asked a question. Okay, and she said something very stupid. I would say it's a very stupid thing to say from a black woman or from black person. Gender.
Yes.
From a black person perspective, it's a very dumb thing to say. And an old person know-how on that. Speaking to young kids who are like and whatnot. You understand what I'm saying? And she's like, no, let me just get that quickly, then and then you tell me, guys, Holena, what do you think of that? Does that really play into the thing that we are really weak and we are always going to be weak, or what's 2023 will have something like that from a grown person, right? So, gentlemen, ladies, and she's like, oh, Jesus. YouTube live on the phone and Bluetooth as well.
And Kgosi, I just want to highlight something to our viewers and listeners is because we're going to be giving out inputs, how we see it. Let it be not personal. That's how we see it. It mustn't be a personal subject.
Yeah.
Our views are not supposed to be taken like that. I just want to stem this before.
No, don't worry. Disclaimer. I don't want to strain anybody. You're going to give me your mind the way it is. And you're going to put it out there. The same. You're not going to step on anybody's shoes, toes, don't worry.
I was saying that.
Yes.
Through my experience, I've seen our black people, they are broken, they never healed. So anything we buang, ever personal.
Wait till why? Because you never accepted the truth.
Exactly.
The truth here better too much. And this thing is wrong over one head.
Exactly.
This is not supposed to be done. You cannot say such a thing. Exactly.
But we are dead.
And a little bit of a story before it's cool. This boy, he came with him beyond this guy. He's a very, very good boy. My person takes his things and he messes it up. Because the boy is this boy mama patient. So he comes and on studio, can I please work with you? I do my piano. Get a sharp is fine. I not stress. He gives me a whole folder of all the raw music that you can use. Sharp. When he came the first time, the way he looked, those kind of things. Okay, sharp. Then the time at one, I said that folder, right? Still same. Saturday 9 in the morning, and then the boy still smells the same, still looks the same, and all. I'm like, then the mother, I'm like, because nagi mutwan. Yeah. Do you understand? When it comes to the taba, when you're a child to me, is there something I can do besides anything else. As a person, Kathleen, there's something I can do to help the boy to become the way he is. Because there's some few videos that high more YouTube where he was still the air now. He's clean, he's okay, he's fine. But what I look at now, that time, shame. Fine, the mother goes home. You know, as about what they will do, obviously. So the boy immediately comes back to me. Doctor, why? Let's let mama and I was speaking the truth. The way you look is not what you're gonna represent us here in the first place. It's not going to be, you know, like as a health person to see you like this. Let's look at your video. Do you see yourself there? I don't even see if it's you there or not. Do you understand? Exactly.
You know what you're saying now? You just reminded me of a business partner. Is always talking about the issues of brand image.
Yeah,
he stresses about that.
Yeah,
how the brand has to look. You know, the image of the brand. If you bring in somebody, like, you know, we normally get girls for brand activations and
yes.
And he's very particular.
Yeah,
I got one something and I got a
what's
that, yeah, I got to, and I'm like, hey, but why are you going on and on? Say she's just working, you know. But at the end of the day, now I understand because of it's the brand that you're building. It's the image that people are gonna, you know, it's gonna go out there and people are gonna look into that and they're gonna pass their own judgments on how.
There once was I don't know if that's true or not. Rolls-Royce Mercedes in Europe, in America. If they find a Mercedes-Benz or any Rolls-Royce on the side of the street, it would say, they arrest you. You are destroying our brand.
It could be.
There is no way in heaven that this car, because the moment people go, Rolls-Royce, the person goes away. No longer buying this thing. You understand? So I told him, listen, I went all out to build something from scratch and from zero. I'm not gonna let someone come and destroy it for me. There's no way.
I get visionary. Understand about men of vision.
So how it's this thing? You must make sure you're gonna come here and represent us only, not us, but yourself before, then us after that. Imagine what the Kgosietsile system to show at the rapper. But it looks like something else. It doesn't work. Do you understand? Because they will say like, oh, okay. A friend of mine was managing Spur in Sunny Park, right? I went there one time to buy breakfast. I was still working for Interpark.
Okay.
Go Sunny Park. And when I got there, all the waitresses were young girls. Cute. It's like an hour top or so. One, two.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, bro, didn't I want to get give an up.
Exactly.
Not because of the sexual thing, but because the attraction to the brand is there.
Exactly.
But it's a little energy.
I want to fail. Maybe. 2000 our pila amanye na cute but bashiyana soccer especially so.
No, that's true. I've seen that being in the liquor industry that that works, bruh. It works wonders, I can tell you.
Because I've seen in whenever they do this like this brand, how about they take but serious. Okay, they're not good enough, but you are saying the image, the eye of a consumer wants to go there. Ababula Lamborghini. They put a pretty girl Mudima Lamborghini at or Molotin at the Abagastin Nagale Soga Nagata. I want to pay the
so long when I go to KFC little chicken leg in over.
Why what? Bonabanka. Bonabanka fail. Yago if you could put Nicky never top on one by one. Like when
I dress code, it's a mess and exactly everything.
So it's not about what man becomes me, brother. As black people, you need to be told the truth. Mandela must be told you sold us out. Yeah. That one I'll tell you about when now you sold us out. All of you sold us out. There's no way in heaven that I can sleep with my rapist again. What the hell? You understand? Even Nigerians tell us, do you know what our white people know their place? Not here, Lena, Bali Busa still. But they know their place. Imagine a Nigerian telling you that. And it's not Tanzania. None of them can hold office. White people can never hold office called Tanzania at the moment as we speak.
Exactly.
They can never hold any public office. They can never have a say.
Exactly.
Either you're a tourist or you're going to abide by the rules of the country.
Exactly.
Yeah, you are corrupt. Look at you.
Gwanja Tanzania is the late John Makafule. Yeah. No.
All right. This one, and then you just listen to this one. And then I don't know what you guys think about this one. Let me play this video. The DA manifesto launch this past Saturday. And then they were interviewing this woman. She's part of the DA. People are put blue to this.
Apartheid nna re phela monate kana kwa apartheid nna ibile ke nyaka apartheid boye ka re maka na apartheid boye ka hore le bala di strata chat square.
Don't you think that's a very controversial statement?
Who said Maburu? I can't Maburu baba bitsa apartheid mara le bala ntho ba ile chat square. It's a sabotage DA. Hore re sky votela. Bona ba itse hore ba ka skobaja ba le ke ba hoja fela. Ke ba bona day in day out le kwa maskala kwa le ba sentse ba dlala ka tšhelete batho ba.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I comment?
Please do. Let me do this first, guys. The number is 07064 548 7976. If you want to comment live with us in studio, Nikki Simon and Simon Jibili Shaman. Nikki Jibili. That thing has changed. So even now we are streaming live on Facebook. My Facebook page is Kgosietsile Segongoane, and you are streaming live again on YouTube as we speak. The channel name YouTube, the Kgosietsile live show. As I see, there are people watching on YouTube now, and there are people watching on Facebook as well. I can see that now in real time. So yeah, okay, Mimbero, what I'll comment on this one.
I want to comment on that. Hey, there's a whole lot of self-hate.
Mimbero.
Basically, that's a house nigger.
Yes,
that's a house nigger.
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate though, because as much as we're trying to build and bring back Abotaki, to stick together and work together, you will always have those. I've seen it. It's like they are manufactured somewhere.
Ne?
Yeah, it's like they're manufactured somewhere. They've got the same mindset.
And then they get dropped amongst us.
Exactly, exactly. At the same time, having said that, I think the way she comes across, I'm trying to listen to her. It's somebody who doesn't have content. Yeah. She cannot substantiate what she's saying. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Keep that issue ankani fela. Understand? And she sounds to me like, a commoner. Allow me to use that word.
A commoner.
A commoner. You can
feel the accent.
So she sounds like one of those people. She doesn't sound like somebody who's probably drove a Mac to go there. You understand what I'm saying? Because of you can see where but background, she's got no substance, no content. But the issue is this. I get very much disappointed that as much as we are fighting for blackness, as much as we are trying to push for black power, but we get to be disappointed by our own brothers and sisters. We cannot run away from the fact that the ruling party actually will produce more of those kind of people.
Okay.
Because of the way things have been running. We are in a very serious state of deterioration. Everything is deteriorating. And for me, sometimes as much as we know the truth, we know what happened, we can be aggressive towards these kind of people. But you go back and sit and realize one thing, that the very same people that you are defending are the ones who are pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
I've been selling books, colognes, and all these kind of things. And I've came across a lot of comrades. Let me tell you right now, there are those who have supported me, okay?
Yeah. Comrades like black people or comrades like...
Comrade ANC.
ANC comrades, yeah.
There are those who have supported me, but it's a handful. I'm a comrade, they don't support. I'm a comrade, what happens is this. they actually contradict themselves. We are talking about black economic empowerment. The only thing that you get from them, Kida, this is a good initiative, man. You know what? I'll connect you with so and so, man, and then you know what we can do. You see, they tell you connection. I'm not asking for connections. I'm looking for money now. Buy the fucking thing. Buy the book.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't tell me about you giving me a connection and you're gonna invite me in a meeting somewhere because of basically what you're doing. What you're doing is just bullshitting me. As soon as you walk away from me, you're gonna forget about me.
Exactly.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it so difficult for you having driven such a big car just to pop out $200 and buy a book?
Or it's a book at least.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And say, you know what? That's
support.
More and a power to you. Continue doing what you're doing, and I'm supporting you. Do you understand? Now, I got to realize, and I came to a conclusion, most of the politicians are just bullshitters. That's what is happening. They don't have your interest at heart as a person. That is why instead of them helping you immediately now, they will just want to make the thing to look long and big by telling you about, we will invite you, I will talk to so and so, and this will happen. And guess what? Nothing ever happens. So after having seen all of these things happening, somehow I found it myself, I'm starting to develop a particular anger towards our own people.
Okay.
And that's why, as much as she sounds like that, we can say whatever that you want to say. But somehow I understand where she's coming from. If you look at how today, abantu abamnyama, we are messing up everything of ours in the country. At the same time, we are our own enemies. We don't support each other. We there's this whole thing that is happening, and it's so bad. And that is why sometimes some of these stereotypes that are there, that you understand?
Because it comes to that. God is woman.
Wood said, a prophecy that he said, blacks will be free.
Yeah.
But for a certain period. But after that time,
they will want us back.
They will want us back. They will bring back the government. And check what we have produced. We have produced a whole lot of people that think like that woman now.
Yeah.
When tomorrow they were to be asked, who do you trust to govern the country? They will immediately say, white folks.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm saying that there's two ways of looking at it. She sounds very much ignorant and all that kind. But if you are out there, you'll realize that, look, practical example. I moved into the alcohol space.
Yeah.
I see this thing all the time. You go to black areas to do brand activations of the gin. About dark instead of bateng. They will tell you, Ishman, it tastes like vodka, guys.
As if it was supposed to come as a different.
Now, what happens is they are trying to educate you about your own product, and the same person who's educating you has never produced jack shit.
Yeah.
Jack shit.
Yeah.
Then you go to a white community, you do a brand activation. Tastes nice. How much is it?
You see?
That's white people for you.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think is going to happen to me as a black person? I'm looking at these two people. I'm looking at a black person. I'm looking at a white person. And I'm seeing this different behavioral pattern from white people. They are concerned about the product. The product is good. They don't even want to know who's the owner. They just go to the shelf and pick up the product and buy and leave.
Buy and go, yeah.
Then you get utag. I say, who no owner today? Hey, Ako, Brian. Hey, Ako. Oh yeah, no. Maria, kulenye outama lapana man uspanelo kuzana. Uyaziphatha dukuthezi man engiphethe ziningi lapha kimi.
Fetha unyaka umpepering homies and all that.
Yeah. You didn't ask ukuthi uBrakho bani usebenza kuphi or whatever it is, the brand ambassador. We are not interested in that. Just buy the damn thing. Now, that's the problem about Abotaki. Abotaki, they're too quick to educate each other and they never support. White people, they look at the core. The content, the main thing.
Yeah.
Is the product good? Does it serve me? And that's it. Let me go and get it. Who has manufactured it? That comes
That's
last.
beside the point.
That's besides the point. So when you look at all these things as a business person, somehow you cannot avoid but to grow a certain level of resentment towards black people.
Towards
and
us.
That's the reason why today you find as successful black people, they move to the suburbs and they leave the township and they want nothing to do with the township. And in the actual fact, they even change their system of operation and they start behaving like white folks. Why? Because of at the end of the day, you look at black people, they will disappoint you.
Yeah.
That's the sad thing.
All right, what's your take on that?
I think since my abuletze side in la business, is the same thing. You'll be frustrated, especially only a black businessman.
Let's first start with this woman. What's your take about her? Then we'll come to that one. Yeah,
I agree with mine. Or it can even show you the level of mindset or high. Or when you get people like this,
yeah.
I mean, it's people by Loreng. They never get exposed to anything.
Yeah,
they just remained in this matrix that we live in, which we call it the townships.
Yeah,
and then. The atmosphere, she's overwhelmed because the problems are not high. Our solution for us as black people, since we don't talk and we don't share, we don't do anything.
Yeah.
And the lazy part, yes, I have to say, most of us black people, we are very lazy.
Yeah.
Rather about on the receiving end.
Yes.
Just like when you see people inside the spaza, Pakistan, Somalia area to build the spaza.
As if you cannot do it yourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, women in South Africa, they don't realize they so much power. But the groups
the stock fair, the society, and all those things. Yes.
But I the supermarket, not even spas, the supermarket.
Yes.
But this woman now, I think the level where she comes from, she just wants to see things happening.
Yeah.
Because I don't think more more community or they can just meet and say we can build a crèche.
Yes.
Let's try and get a field raise the vegetables to feed our families.
Yeah.
Stock fairly. December. There's so much happening. Like when we prioritize January, December, or January come. We have to start a stock fairly January. Things like that. Who demotivated? She has only seen hunger, poverty, and everything. So now, I'm sure she jumped the ship from ANC. Now she's in DA.
Yeah.
And as ka age high, she saw the whiteness into a grade.
Yes.
Remember, now she's one of those who were ANC members. ANC voted.
Yes.
Sorry for my assumption, but I think now how about the way our cadres were behaving, the whiteness, because the only thing in life and survive is an escape.
Yeah.
With the whiteness.
Well, now okay. Now for now, I don't think it's more of the whiteness. Our mindset have been programmed so much we can be in the receiving end like Jibilika bullets. We are so much dependent on anyone except ourselves. We are so much in a sense someone must come and give me something.
Yes.
I don't want to say what is it hard about among us. Yes, we can say we are lazy amongst us.
Yes.
But if somebody comes and tell you I'm lazy, I'm going to be defensive because he's attacking my race, which is actually normal for anyone else to do. You understand? So the receiving end, I need to get something from someone. A black person, the way we have been programmed by Bonobo and everything else, the school that we are attending was telling me, you go to school, you get qualified, whatever you qualified, and you go look for a job. Yes. I'm so disturbed by what I hear in the news now. A doctor, a whole GP, a whole DR can't find a job. What the hell do you call that, Jibidika?
My brother, come and tell you.
A whole doctor, my brother, cannot find a job. I'm like, what? I don't blame government. I blame you.
The mindset.
What is your problem?
Look, let me tell you this. We haven't started to touch that book.
Yeah.
But the things that you are bringing up, they are very interesting because the issue of us depending on a job, looking for a job, it's a big challenge.
Yes.
It's a big challenge. I normally tell people when they talk that your kids will never inherit your job, but they'll always inherit your business.
Yes.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
It's about time that we need to start thinking for ourselves and doing things for ourselves and by ourselves.
Yeah.
Look, I'm in the gene space. And before the gene, I started off with the talks with educators, and that's how I was pushing the content. That's how I was making sales.
Yeah.
I came with polygamy. I came with the ultimate. Now a publisher, and he says to me, I gave him a couple of samples, and he says to me, on Friday, I'm going to Kuruleng to get the order for the books because he gave the guys the samples.
Okay.
See? So basically, the schools in Kuruleng, their libraries, they want to buy the books. Now, guess where I sell the book? I've been selling books in schools. I've been selling books in a parking lot. I've been selling books in a garage for a very long time.
Yeah.
To a point that I've got owns who are dissing at me because of that's my approach. It's like, say, brad, this is some kind of a hassle. Like, say, aren't you getting tired of selling books in the garage?
Always or Kimang, Kimangana or Skido was selling his CDs, Motropomo from boot of a car.
Do you understand?
Look at him now.
Do you understand? And from the colognes, I mean, I've got best colognes that I do sell, and guess what? That is growing. But I was talking to my small house today, my second wife, and I was like, it's very interesting that everything that we have has been coming from within.
Yeah.
I've never sent out a CV. I've never sent it out a CV to anyone. It has been coming from within. And guess where we are now? Now we are in a space where we are having a product right inside of Tops.
Yeah.
Now that's big.
Yeah.
Before you know it, we'll be moving to an office. All from hustling. And from the office, we'll be having now pallets being lifted up by forklifts to the trucks because of we'll be supplying national. And, black people don't think that far. They don't think that far. And we get to this I can't do by myself. And I had to go and get somebody that I will call an expert in what he does. A friend of mine, and I said, this is my concept. This is what I've got. How do you help me?
Yeah.
And he said, straight on, Nick, if I'm getting involved in this thing, we're going to have to play it by the book. It has to be put.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I agreed to that because I got tired of hustling. And now I wanted something that is going to work towards my retirement. And this is the man who's got experience. And I said, no, let's go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
So the point that I'm trying to make is that black people, they don't want to start from scratch. They undermine the processes. The process where you are still selling at the corner, the process where you are still knocking on doors and all these kind of things, we undermine that. We do not want to become part of that. But what we are always focusing on is the end result when there's Ferraris and Lamborghinis and the Porsches and all that. And believe you me, everybody that you see that gets there, they've got a story to tell. Each and every one of us, we can write our own book. Have you ever noticed that in the white community, the people who are driving Ferraris are old people, old Balis?
Yeah.
You don't find youngsters a lot driving Ferraris.
Yes.
But guess what? Since now we've started driving Ferraris, you'll notice that there's a lot of young black people driving Ferraris. And those Ferraris, and you look, the type of people that are driving those Ferraris, it is questionable if they will be able to sustain that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Have they built enough capacity?
This show is brought to you by Segongoane Medical Services and Clinic. They are a private clinic situated in number 70 Kgosietsile in Westview, Danville. They specialize on the following: primary health care, ailment diagnosis and treatment, including medication, wound care, family planning, well baby clinic, basic ultrasound, laboratory blood services, treatment of chronic illnesses, treatment and management of patients on ARVs, wellness screening, antenatal clinic, HIV services and counseling. They have a pharmacy on site and they are doing CCMDD services as well, OHS clinic, circumcision clinic and abortion services. Their cell phone number is 064 548 7176 or 071 422 8576. Again, the address is 70 Kgosietsile in Westview, Pretoria West in Danville. Cell phone number again is 064 548 7176 or 071 422 8576. All right. So if you want a similar ad for your business as well, just contact me on 064 548 7176. You either record it, you bring it here, we listen to it. If it's okay, good, we put it in one of our shows and we play it the way we just played this one now, right?
Wow. I just picked up that you do circumcision as well.
We do.
I'm gonna because you see before. You see,
Hey, Mama, you know you're going.
I want to bring my son. I want to bring
your son. How old?
because that is the Brit. That is the Brit Mila.
Yeah.
In Hebrew.
Yes.
And my firstborn son is been circumcised. He was circumcised by a rabbi.
Okay.
This one is not yet circumcised.
How old is he?
Uchebi, he's 4 years.
4 years. Yeah, by standards, we take
Yeah,
from 10 upwards.
12 and all that.
Yeah.
I know, because of there's a part that says that I must wait until he's around that time.
Yeah.
Because of you either do it within the 7-day period.
Yes.
If not, you have to do it around that time.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
So bring him over. Let's see.
Yeah.
Speed. Not again.
Not again.
Man, still, there are men who are coming here. A lot of big men that I do.
Seriously?
I'm telling you.
But what's what I never beat
Exactly, that's
You know, stuff like that.
So,
And others who have all this stuff about hey, blah blah. The feeling is going like
Can I tell you something? Can
Yeah.
I tell you something as we're going to be touching on the book? Because for the fact that you still yourself, you do breed,
yeah.
you do circumcision, it is not because of you are a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I must tell you that.
Yeah.
You know, it's very interesting.
It's
that-
because of what? Oh, like us
the Brit Mila, it has been the Brit Mila. It has been our thing
Yes.
as black people for one simple reason: the majority of blacks, they are of a Hebrew stock.
Okay.
They are of a Hebrew stock, and this is a very interesting topic because once you can understand that part, you'll be able to understand the politics of the day. You'll be able to understand in the actual fact why things they are the way they are. The majority of black people,
Yeah.
these are descendants of the ancient Hebrews. And the migration, if you study history, it started from the areas of Kemet, the areas of Kanana. You talk about Timbuktu. You talk about Babylon, which is called Iraq today.
Yeah.
How Iraq got to be yellow and how Libya got to be yellow and how Egypt got to be yellow and how Israel got to be yellow. It's a very interesting subject because of I see a lot of black people these days when they make money they start getting married to white people.
Yeah.
And you see old men, white folks getting married to blacks, and they do not know that it's only a strategy to dilute the blood.
Yeah.
To dilute the blood. Because all these areas that I've mentioned, they were 100% black at some point in time.
Yeah.
And how they tend to be yellow, it was a strategy that was used. Whereby white folks came in as traders and they started getting married to the princesses of the kings
Yeah.
to secure their position within the land.
And they diluted our DNA.
And that is the reason why today, even among the Zulus, ukhona ukuthola umlungu. And I can tell you, yeah, uzumtshela amanga umngangise because of uyazazi ithakazelo zakhe and uza kutracela ukuthi ancestrally ubuya kuphi. And mawutyabheka either ubaba wakhe washada either a Zulu woman or
A Zulu man
was married to a you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And umZulu ukhona ngaphakathi kweyinsizwa zamaZulu ngesikhathi somhlanga.
Yeah.
Yangizwa into they were very clever. They were very, very clever. And we need to look into that as we go through the book. Because of I can tell you right now, today, there's another new system that is happening. And I tried to talk about it on TikTok, and I was bad. Where I'm talking,
You're bad.
yeah, where I'm talking about the Pakistanis.
Okay.
Why do you think that they are everywhere? Why do you think that you find them in places whereby there's no business?
Yeah.
What is it that they're fighting for?
Yeah.
They're not looking for business.
Yeah.
They're trying to either breed us out or convert us, but the whole plan is a long-term plan to take over the land.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Now let's come to this question, Yamatomo. This one. Yeah. On this book, because like I said, we are not reviewing book. We are taking extracts from it. Mari, please go buy it. Then the basic link, go buy it for yourself and read. Yari, what made? Let's look at that question. Maybe Simon. What made black people? Are we weak? Let's start there. Are we weak? Are we weak as black people in the first place? Referring especially to this one, what we just heard, that audio we just played earlier. Are we weak in that sense? And in what sense when do you think we are weak?
Okay. Mr. Kgosi, wa bona ka mokgwa ne ke boletse le our previous show hore a black person is so powerful, immanageable that he doesn't even realize or know. Because if you think ka mokgwa ne ke bolela hore we were once emperors in China, India, globally, everywhere.
Yeah.
Then coming to us now as the descendants, the ancestors, it can, from my view, it's a lot of elements. Weak.
Okay.
Remember,
so we are weak.
No, we are becoming weak, but we are not weak by birth.
Okay.
Sometimes I remember weak. Yeah. So like situation is deteriorate.
Yes.
Ready targets.
All right.
Just certain individuals.
Yeah.
And then this thing has started a very long time ago, since by studying from our ancestors.
Yeah.
Or these people bolo. He has been everywhere. The buildings in New York, everything. Either mental or high, physically high.
Yeah.
So we can't say we are weak.
Yeah.
But since the enemy has studied the target so perfect, with the system that is going to work 100%, even more. Because right now the system that was created to deal with the black man, it's a machine that was it's a self-oiled machine. Right now it is even changing its colors and positions without anyone mending it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying about this is that, remember, I cannot talk to this about not touching spirituality, not tackling the issue of medicine or herbs or anything. So if as a black man from tradition, our dietary and everything, certainly we are going to become weak because people didn't understand how your diet influences the way you think.
Yeah.
Yes. If now we were to say, let's look at way back, what did we survive on? What was our diet?
Yes.
It was one thing that had to do with mental wow.
Yeah.
So right now, when I the enemy.
Processed.
Yes, processed. Yes. But if I can take you now to Jamaica, I can show you an 80-year-old man. This thing.
Banana tree or
coconut. Yes. 80 years. And or everywhere. It's just an example I'm gonna give you. Those people. That idea no coconut water, but everything, it's there. But besides meat, again meat. Nama you tsa robe lazy.
Kana jo nama wena.
Na nama ke a etela ibile se chomi go ka nna mmutsa le tlhonoloshe. Ba ba numpile di joke na thanathile e fetsa ka ishia.
Wa tlola ka da. All right. Yeah.
So dilo tso tsona le tso di influencer the way you think. Another one, but ba kana ba le research ba ba utlweletseng.
Yeah.
When they told us about not eating pork. Azanga kenella moyona. Spiritual, religiously,
yes,
they just say no. Mudimu, this in the Bible it said they casted
and I want to come to that in a little while as well.
My brother always says it's a pork.
Yeah.
When you're still walking.
Oh, okay.
Oh, highest nice one again.
Yeah.
It's a pig after it's a pork.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. But the mail is a mutla. So anyway, what I'm gonna say, but what I'm crazy, but you look at research because now I'm a seeker, I'm on a genius spirituality. So all this thing I did across. Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing in the parasite they don't die.
Okay.
So now can you go what's the influence?
Yes.
How Jakulube the minute is set like a moena. The parasite all they want. Yeah. So minute you cannot even see a little.
Yes.
What they do those things? Technology.
Yeah.
The Bardin Samuroto. It's a piece.
Okay.
That piece, once it's an system in your house, especially brain in your house, e khona o starta go controla your way of thinking, the way of life, the way you think.
Yeah.
Just imagine.
Okay.
So ke ra gore that's how o bona black people, most of us re tshwana le our grandfathers, because bona ne bana le a great time ya bona le gore ba ja dilo tse le gore di lokile.
Right, yeah.
So ha ntse re ba di descendant tsa bona, bit by bit ra change, because ba o botsa gore you cannot be the true copy original ya how.
Yeah.
Nna gona byanong ke represent my great grandfather,
Okay.
but I'm weaker than him since ke le copy ya pele ona bana re ka tseya fela copy idea ra ire ra re ntsha di copy tse 6 ra di align so o mpotsa gore e leng daka ke efeng e leng clean. That's how we really morileng. So nna ne ke bonya go botsa ka influence ya rona ya thinking.
Yes.
Gore the minute but entirely our cultural spirituality sa rena, that was the first point of entry. If these people, the way they are so powerful, after all those years, it's about Sandwana, these people, bana le matla, but now the trick is we have to learn what are they made of.
Yeah.
So but temper into that thing. So now a black man on a since on a roller coaster ride no promise you dilo fela tlhaloganyo e be itimela e be a wela ka mo hona ba no lebella le our own. We've become enemies of our own. Hale ha ne re bolele apartheid ne re lebeletse white person. Hona ba no our enemy is no longer a white person. We are
our own self enemies.
We are our own enemies.
Okay.
You understand? People like Boso Lebo Julius Malema, ba ipotsa gore ba tsere batho in a right direction, but it's a wrong direction. No matter gore batho ba vote EFF, because ona ba no batho ba ile mo di politics ke taba tsa gore they've become so weak in thinking. Actually politics we want to do this for the country. It's politics for their own stomachs.
Obviously, yes, yeah.
Because how can lebella Julius, it's someone who ratang chaos. And then before nka pleasure vote, I'm very worried about someone all in so militant and angry and stuff, and then he calls him a leader who the one of the largest parties
Most Africa, yes.
Yes, because when they survive under barging chaos.
Isn't maybe that's because he's a revolutionary, like he says?
Yes, we can
he's
be
a revolutionary, and then because what I'm just want to put in the on his defense.
Yeah,
but I will say this. I believe you know what Christian said when after Mandela disbanded the armed struggle, and he cried. Literally cried, thinking of the blood of his sisters and brothers who were flowing. Yeah. Because they were given this concept of come back, we're gonna take our thing. We're gonna take it. Meaning there could be war, obviously, civil war, because you say we are taking this thing. Because now I say we should have done that. We should have had that civil war, because at the moment, how do you negotiate le motho o go tsela ntse lo jibilika ke tla ke tsia jina ke tlisa
can I tell you something?
There's no country
e
creating freedom ya rona
ka negotiations
gore go tswe madi mo fatshe. The devil himself alwane ka physically o berekisa di tricks lo na when I said the attack was on the mind of an African person.
I mean this he said something, Julius, and then like you learned something from somebody else. I remember this other white person said, if only we knew this what you wanted, we could have given it to you long ago. If that's about this what you want, as it is now, we could have given it to you a long time ago, before 76. Okay, Ipu saying the government is yours. Mari, don't touch what you've built. Don't touch the economy. Don't touch our properties. Don't touch anything. Nick,
I love what Manager just said. I think Utlelewana and YB Apila, when he talks about the state of deterioration and even the food that we eat and all that.
But let's start with, like, are we weak?
We are. I'll say we are weak.
Yeah. No. Me not clarify. Are we weak presently?
Now, or we've been weak?
We entering.
No. Presently, we are weak.
We are very weak now.
Yes.
Remember what happened. That's why there's this whole thing now. I've seen Facebook. They keep on throwing the issues about the Anunnakis, and
Anunnakis.
Yeah, the Anunnaki.
Okay.
And I haven't read or did more research on the Anunnaki.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I'm a little bit skeptical about the information. Why? Because before we spoke about the Anunnaki, there was an uprising of black civilization in Kemet.
Yeah.
Which is Egypt.
Egypt, yes.
While we're still listening to that.
Yeah.
Then come the Anunnaki story.
What is Anunnaki, by the way? Just maybe one sentence.
Anunnaki, there's a book about the Anunnakis that some beings that came from out of space, and then the other ones that actually
Built the pyramids.
created us, and they needed us to mine gold for them because of they need gold in their own planet.
Okay.
And apparently Enke is the one that created black people. For
It's
the
Anki and Twin, and nearly two brothers.
two brothers.
Okay.
So that story sounds more like Jesus and Satan kind of a story. You understand what I'm saying? But then my issue is this: before we talk about the Anunnakis and everything, let's talk about what you find in Kemet.
Yes.
Because what you find in Kemet, even in the pyramids, shows a lot of resemblance with what you see among black people.
Yes.
Uma bavunulile.
Yes. Our skin color.
Skin color, the nose,
everything.
insimbi, and all these kind of things, even namapeshu.
The cheekbones.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So before, that's why the story of the Anunnaki, I'm not excited about it.
Exactly, yes.
I'm still here to research on it. But the issue is this: I'm convinced about what I see as a footprint
Yes.
from Kemet,
Yes.
from Canaan, which is called Israel.
Israel now, yes.
Even in Russia, because of in the caves of Russia, what you find, the very same artifact that you find where the Khoi and the Bushmen are found, you find the very same artifact in Russia, meaning that in the actual fact, the Bushmen migrated from Russia coming down here.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Ke good.
So that for me is good enough before we talk about the Anunnakis.
Yes.
Now, if you go back to the history of Kemet, there was a point in time in history whereby the Europeans were trained, schooled,
Yeah.
taught
Yeah.
by those who ruled in Kemet. And when you talk Kemet, you're talking Ethiopia combined with Sudan
Yeah.
up to next to the Nile.
Yes.
That is where now there where the Nile is, there was a city called the city of Timbis.
Yeah.
And in the city of Timbis, that's where the library was
Yeah.
of the scrolls that were written,
Yes.
which Alexander the Greek, not the
Yes.
Great,
The Greek one, yes. The Greek
plundered
yes.
after he had conquered Kemet.
Yeah.
And he sold the information that he found there to all these so-called philosophers, Plato, Aristotle, and all these people that the Greeks called philosophers. But basically, the philosophy that they were talking about is a philosophy that was written by our ancestors, black people.
Yeah.
Now, that's the history that I'm talking about.
Yes.
That is before you were called Zulu, before you were called Sotho, Tswana, and all these kind of things.
Yeah.
Because right now, people when they talk history, they just want to talk about me, Ndebele, and all these things.
Yes.
No. That's not history. We need to go deep in history. If you understand now that the whole space, what was happening there, how was life, and all these kind of things, we invented spirituality. We were the first people to come into contact with the other realm. Maybe if I were to bring in the issue of the Anunnakis, I would say we were the first people to get in contact probably with the foreign beings, with the aliens.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I were to bring the issue of the
No,
Anunnakis.
I think
Yeah.
what happened, the Anunnaki, it's written in the book of the book of Noah, the one that was missing from the scriptures of the Bible.
No, yeah.
Noah.
So,
Noah had a
Noah,
book.
Yeah.
Yeah. man.
Yeah. Now you had the whole Bible like
No,
this.
the whole Bible.
Yes, yes,
That's
yes.
why maybe if Kamara Bible, back in favorite. I
Yeah.
agree it was a strategy.
Yes, we know. I know
Luke,
that.
John, the
Yeah.
Gospel of Mama, because they speak something that is appealing to you.
Yeah.
But the raw truth about humanity was going to work against what is called church today.
Yes.
Remember about the fallen angels. People think of things that have wings. I don't know. No. These Anunnakis, they were people by Lord Nebaberega heaven.
Yeah.
So
Were they aliens?
Yeah, exactly.
Or were they angels? What were they?
I don't want to speak about the word aliens.
Can I help you there?
Yeah.
Because of
Yes,
Can
yes.
I help you there?
Okay.
The word alien, the word angel, it depends who's interpreting it.
Yeah, okay.
Alien is a foreigner. That's how it is.
Angel is a foreigner as well.
Angel
is a
somebody-
heavenly
angel,
being.
Yeah, angel is a foreigner that is bringing good news. That's what they will say.
Yes.
Christians.
Yes.
But bottom line, these are foreign beings.
Deliberate, yes.
That's how it is.
Okay.
I get high bulela. That's why you write her in so many ways. On a have a extraterrestrial. I learned that you have to ubule those two ways.
Yeah.
So extra king
And terrestrial king. Yes.
Yes, it's a being from somewhere.
Exactly.
Yes. So now these people have a look while have a nearly disagreement with the creator.
Yes.
Have a cast about this but they never you mudimu u create a certain person o nale kiena motho ba tshwantseng ba mo tlhokomele ba mo respect, which is us.
Yeah.
But bona knowing hore ba itse thata, but how can re kneel down on that weak thing? But rona as people ba mo lefatsheng,
Yes.
we weak. So this agreement deal, how a cast out code mu batla mo lefatsheng. Go botsa ka millions and millions, about 400 millions of years ago.
Yes.
So those people ba startile mo lefatsheng ba kopana li batho ba normal.
Okay.
Sexually.
Rona.
Yes.
Okay.
Ba breeder bana. That's where now we say lot more about the giants.
I get that
Exactly.
that part in thermogenesis.
Yes, Nephilims.
It's
These are-
there.
The
Yes.
Nephilims. And kisa ukene mole hano. What he's saying right now,
Yeah.
very interestingly so.
Yeah.
You read the book Yaka Credo Mutwa Indaba My Children.
Yes.
He talks about these beings or these people. They are there. If you go to Zim, who've got 3 toes.
Okay.
And when they explain the story of how they got to have 3 toes because they were excluded from the normal public, and then they had their own, Mugabe had placed them in a particular space.
Okay.
These guys, they say that their ancestors came from heaven. They were flying.
All right.
They were flying beings
Yeah.
who actually mated with their mothers. And
Oh.
that's where they come from.
All
They're
right.
there in Zim. I'm talking about you go to Zim. to- ME3.
Okay.
You go to Zim. You'll find them, and they'll give you their history. Credo had the opportunity to sit down, and he drafted this book. He wrote this book based on the information, direct information that came from them.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what Mine is talking about. Because of, again, when you go back to history, you'll see that even now, the archaeologists, they've found a lot of bones of those giants that existed in those days.
Yeah.
So in the actual fact, there is a whole lot that happened, but in everything that we're talking about, guess what? The white man is not mentioned.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're in the cave. They're in the caucus cave somewhere.
So this thing, yeah, fusion, yeah, rona le these beings from outside.
Yeah.
It was a genetic trace. The researchers themselves, these white people, by research it, they know they have it. Abnormal genetic thing like it's just that those people by hidden because they are afraid. Hence evolution in it. Some of them genetic that is why kono batho ba nang le bona menwana ile o ka reng ya di lizard nako engwe.
Well, now we thought maybe it was just because of some carrying. It's not something which because that's I've seen this other boy. There's another one go high and he's got yeah, matsoge like it's fused, you know, and then matsoge alone. Hana only the toe and the little finger.
Yeah.
Hana the other
Come I tell you,
Yeah.
that very same boy. Go high, how go high, or go guy.
Mafikeng, it's to say.
Mafikeng.
Yes.
If you were to go back and trace history high,
Yeah.
you'll find that somehow he connects with those people that I'm talking about in Zim.
Okay.
Those people, they are found in Zim most of the time.
Yeah.
And they're shaped like that. It was just recently that their kids were allowed to go to schools and stuff like that.
Yes.
Because of the fear that Mugabe kept them very safe. You see, there's something about Mugabe that he did very well.
Yeah.
Mugabe understood history.
Okay.
And that's why even when you talk about the Ark, people, they think that, you know, people sometimes, we talk decolonization, blah, 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 blah. But let me tell you something. The Bible has got a little bit of truth.
What do you mean, a little bit of truth?
Well, I know you are a Christian.
I'm going to defend you.
Because the ark, come I tell you, the ark,
Yes.
the ark, which there's 2 arks. There's an ark that is made out of gold.
Yes.
And there's an ark that is made out of cassia wood,
Yeah.
which was covered with human skin.
Yeah.
That ark is not found. But
Oh, you
there's
mean the ark in Yane, had Noah, right?
No.
Remember there was, there was Noah's ark, the small one sitting in, yes, all right.
But there was an ark that was found, which the remains of it was kept in a museum in H-Town.
Yeah.
Then Mugabe moved it to Mtara because of people who were coming. the wood of that thing, if it cuts you just here,
Yeah.
the blood that comes out,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you'll be drained.
Is it?
And it was actually thought, Uguti, it arrived there with the Lemba people.
The Lembe.
The Lembe people.
Okay.
Now, the Lemba stock, it's another tribe,
Yeah.
which is the tribe of Levi, the tribe of priesthood. They were the carriers of the ark. But it is said that the true ark, they know where it is.
Okay.
You see, I'm going to the book, but in another way. It's quite very deep.
Yes.
Because you will understand now that there were 12 tribes. And some of the tribes, they don't even know themselves today that they were part of those tribes.
But then how did we become so weak? I want us to center this whole thing into that. Yeah, how did we become so weak? Like, for example, another question I want to ask, Kgosietsile, what was the source of power for blacks?
Okay.
Arisimulemo.
How did we become so weak?
Yes.
What makes you weak as a person is the disconnection between you and your ancestors.
Okay.
That's what makes people weak. Remember, here you are talking about genes. You are talking about a genetic code that is passed down from generation to generation. There are certain things that you don't need to go to school for you to know them. You will know them automatically because of genetically they are within you. They are inbuilt.
Yeah.
Give you a practical example. I'm self-employed. My dad was self-employed.
Okay.
My grandfather was self-employed.
All right.
My great-grandfather was self-employed. Genetically, I can't work for somebody else.
Yes.
That's why I'm Nengani.
Oh.
Because I can't take orders.
Yeah.
I give orders.
Yeah.
I'm from a generational line of people that give orders, that make things happen. So when you come and you want to load it to me, you want to tell me what to do, then you're gonna see the other side of me.
Yeah.
Because of my system cannot take that, cannot consume that. Now, things are passed down genetically. When you cut the other part of you that has got to do with this information that pertains to you, automatically you become weak.
Yeah.
And one of the things that happened with black people when we got to be colonized is that our family structure was destroyed. And we were raised by the maternal side. And some of us, we did not know our paternal side.
Okay.
And that's why that book, I'm talking about Indaba Klushwa Esbongo.
Yeah.
Because of, there are certain things you get them from your father's side. If you are not connected from your father's side, there will always be something that you are lacking.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why Istembu becomes important. Because of Istembu, back then, made sure that there is nobody who grows without knowing their father.
All right.
Because of all of us, we grew within the same household, having different mothers but one father.
Yes.
Omunye nomunye umuntu bekasazi isigodlo abuya kusona.
Okay.
Now, what has made black people to be weak is because of black people, most of them, they're disconnected from their ancestors. Have you ever noticed that there is someone who doesn't go to church? He doesn't do traditional work. He doesn't pray against the Lord. But everything that he does, he turns into gold.
Yeah.
It becomes a success.
Yeah. Why is that?
You know why?
Yeah.
He's connected. Lo muntu wazalwa emshadweni kwenziwa konke kwaphelela. Uma akula, ukula with both blessings from the mother and the father. Remember what Mine said the other time when Maskulumang in Davis team. When a child comes, uza with both hands.
Both hands closed, yes.
Zivaliwe. And the left hand, as much as it can fight, it is not strong as the right hand.
Yeah.
So mawukula emshadweni kwenziwe konke kwahlatshwa kwabikwa kwenzekani. You don't even have to go to church, my baby. You don't even have to do isiko uthi uyahlaba or mhlambe uthi wenza utshwala besintu. Izinto zakho ziyazihambela. Ngoba already unesibusiso. And those are the people that sometimes we try to compete with, and what happens in the long run, we run weak and we end up saying no, banenyoka or bayatagat.
Coming to that one. I want us to yeah.
No, negeri maino utlore key aspect. Maybe like a list. I lost track of what I was gonna say. So for clearance for the viewers and the listeners,
yeah.
Negeri go the book of Enoch, not Noah. Enoch.
Enoch.
That's the missing chapter. Bible.
Bible. Yeah.
So what my mine is saying ke buletse na kwela ke re there are people ba iloreng nobeleo on the left mo le left le right and ha ba ka dietsa ha tse effort le ka jeno ha ka re anya ka something onno e bulela ina hana den yetsa but ba struggling today. I even wanna tell you le ba ilo thwasang ba thwasisa go re ba shota ka mo left and ka mo left ke re abo baba ba legile.
Yes,
so this thing ya gore mosadi no botso ba ra ngwana o tla ikhulela bullshit.
Yeah, ale what papa's thing, right?
Bullshit ba bolaya bana. When a woman says na Nikki aka nna tsa maketla ikhudisetsa ngwana,
yeah,
unno reka fela nako for ena the person o ilo safarang is the child
and
ena tla ba hlolwa le teng nako ho tlile Nikki jibilika a rena khona bola le memoya a motse moisa
a tsenya ngwana moya
a moisa mo dibiteng a re mahao a re so na mahao tlhokofetse nako Nikki sontsa mmotsa re mahao a re ha tse diana le bana o tla tsela biala wa reka drum ya snow ifi until tlhokofala no one will
nothing's going to happen. Yes,
so Nikki what is saying deterioration ya rena it's so elements detachment of spirituality, detachment their culture,
yes,
and whatever you inherit. That's all the batho ba tsole mazulu ha ba sa tloela culture ya bona ba ipitsa batho ba from heaven. Even that way to say people from heaven, it makes you to feel like a great person. Haona motho wa ka reng alwa le wena ba re wena si bue Zuluini si amazulu. And someone not like Lolo no fenya.
No.
About was a Zuluini, you are chosen one.
Yeah.
No nali mudi straight mu. I didn't ancestors.
Yeah. Jimmy, a couple of let's can you maybe or just a recap, right? Of last time we spoke about Uktwalaker. Can you just explain to us again, Uktwa, just as an extract from what I'm talking about? I read more topicing behind. Just want to have this one. Hotwala Hosiami, right? Hosiami, her family, like you said to me last time you spoke about Uktwala. Just someone asking me because I'm gonna have to ask him again to say it live that you can be able to hear.
Okay.
Uktwala ko la ko shap. Not hadinoha how the kids mo ke tsa so se di ke tsa eng kwana. Her family like explain that to me.
Uktwala oqondile.
Yes.
Engathi ku save.
Yes.
Uktwala.
Yes, about di banama di whatever all that.
No, mine masuri there's a confusion little la thabatho. Ho rwala re yes re boletse ho safe according to rena as ka mo studio. Ha re bolela re ho safe. Ke tlo clarify. Ho rwala ho lo ho ngwentweng leng ho ka ba le kotsi ya yona but it's just that when it's wa ka mo ntlung.
Yes.
Nkentse ile re ba rwala ka noa.
Okay.
Fine, ba rwala ka noa.
Ha itso ka mo ntlung etso le yang like
I get it when generation from generation someone must take over that snake.
Yeah.
We are not saying it's safe.
Okay.
It's safe because of it's wa ka mohara a we fike motho wa tswang
kontle.
Aka se ore wa itsure once mo file 2 million.
Yes.
A o file yona ntwela gore ke stopo so robalang le sona.
Yeah.
E be ile gore wa itsure ka boshiu ha o tlhokofala. So bolaba se family o tlhopfong.
Yeah.
You understand?
Ja go tlisise.
Wena ka mo heno enne le bontate molwa since everyone before tlhokofala. Maybe for instance ke no fa example fela joke. Ba re ntate molo nya go bona. Kante wena o fitla mo mpetong a no fa fela coin ngwa khale na le sefatlo sa Paul Kruger.
Yeah.
Mara a o tlhalosetsa re coin e o tsamaiwile bia go so le nna o tlo e fa batho tsatsile o tsamayang wa bona le nna ka tseno ke a o fa ka re ke a lwala something like that.
Okay.
So e ba safe biao but detachment ya di family.
Yes.
E khosa hore thwalo ya ka montlung.
Yes.
Itimele. O tsamaye wena o ilonya ka thwalo e foreign e le reng ha o itlisa you are introducing a wrong thwalo in the house.
All right.
Yes. So le di family ha di thoma di sokola. Ba sokodisa go hore connection ya ntwela ya khale.
Yeah.
Ke ra yona original ka montlung. Aba sa yetsetsa because nobody knows about it. Monga yona tsamile le yona ke recipe.
Okay. Yeah.
So ho betlele dia so re go rwala go safe.
All right. Because I get
at least ya ka montlung.
Yeah.
I ain't be wrong because it's handed better like a business.
Yeah.
From one
generation to another one.
Exactly.
All right.
It an example. I was about to say to answer that. Okay, he says Utako safe. It's not really 100% safe. I was to say to you, Uktwala was a kai.
Yeah.
Quote unquote go safe.
Yes.
In which sense? Oh, my for an example, a city upagamise is tulwa or upagamise idlus. Lo muntu lo okuphethe uhamba naye.
Yeah.
And lo muntu lo uye okuguidayo okunikeza izinto zakho.
Yes.
Uzokutshela ukuthi wenze lento ayenza.
Yeah.
So if, for example, akutshela ukuthi ngesikhathi esikanje yiba emanzini womphophoma
Yeah.
endaweni ekanje, guess what happens?
Yes.
Angithi yena uyazi ukuthi kwenzekani lapha. Asithi uyavuka uyahamba uyothola umfula phophoma ukhona lapho uyangena.
Yeah.
Uyongena lapho based on the instruction yalo muntu ohamba naye okuyidlozi. Kwenzeka ukuthi lapho kufika umnikazi wendawo.
Yeah.
Uyangizwa ukuthi?
Yeah.
Kufika umnikazi wendawo. Uma fika lo mnikazi wendawo uyafika ungena ngaphakathi. Akusaround. Mhlamba akusaround. Akusaround. Akushiya hambe.
Okay.
Now, should it be that somebody else bekayile lapha without the instruction?
Yeah.
Bekazolimala.
Okay.
Lo muntu okuphethe nalo mnikazi wendawo bayazana baya connect.
All right.
Lo mnikazi wendawo comes generations way back.
Yes.
Kulabantu bakini.
All right.
Yantona ngisho
Yeah,
kanje.
yes.
But you can't follow such instructions if you are deaf of hearing. You understand?
Yeah.
You need to be tuned in, meaning that now when you must have worked in yourself to a point that we are able to connect directly with nalo muntu okuphethe,
Yeah.
so that you can get instructions from lo muntu.
Okay.
Now, it's different like what we were talking about ukuthi masohamba uyofuna into ongayazi. Yabona kwenzekani? So families have got secrets.
Yeah.
Families have got things that they do, that they know. But unfortunately, some of those things today, they are known by the few. And
Yeah.
some people who used to know those things, they are no more.
All right.
And others who've got the information, they hold it back.
Yeah.
And in the book, because of if you've got information that can help me and you are not giving it to me, what are you doing to me?
Yeah.
Uyangibulala phela.
Of course. Of course.
Maine wena le Kgosi ke nyako lo botsa ntho nngwe. I don't care hore batho ba kwata. I think we are now self-belief, we are at an era.
Yes.
These are the last moments, and then I don't think there's anything that we should hold back.
Yes.
Because we were raised by people who raised us ka secret. Do you know hore 90% of the families, even ke batla re bua ka race tsa rona tsa blacks, do you know hore 90% of them a ona hore no sna stembu and no sna hore ne ba sa rwala?
Yeah.
All of them, do you agree, mine? So all
True that.
the family bona le ba ile hore ka jeno family tsa bona ba so ba botse bonta te moholo khale everyone na le ka mora stembu and o gopola re butsa ra stembu tsamaisana le rwala.
Yes. Yes.
So hona bana batho ha motho a bua a re ka mogolano lo consent hore rona ko morao ka mohai no sna ngaka no sna eng.
Yes.
Is because there was era e makgwa ba leng ha ba kenya system ho etsa hore ho be le detachment.
All right.
So wa bana le era ile hore hona le o a controlang hore ho skebe be ho bana le continuity.
Yes.
Then when I gola or when o bone letswa go Jehovah's Witness mara ne le tsena Roma ezanka wa bona le etsa eng.
Yes.
So ke yona ntho, and then hona bana nka o tlhalosetsa hore maybe who understand hore le tlotsi ke eng. You will be surprised.
Okay. No, it's fine. We'll come back to that. I just wanted to get this one. Ya go twala hore is there a safer way ya go twala and hore e ka se demand a lot of things?
Yes.
Or is there, you know?
Can I share something with you that is personal? Which
Yeah.
is basically, that's what my cousin brother said to me.
Okay.
When I had an experience with Ujola.
Ujola.
Yeah,
Oh, Ujola gonna give me
Inyoka ya majola.
Give me all yes.
coming to my house twice.
Yes.
And if I were to calculate properly,
Yeah.
it has been probably 5 times.
Yeah.
First time when I was young,
Yeah.
ngambona ngisesemncane, ngatshela umalume ngisekitchen wanguga. And then from there, wambulala, wangikhomba bathi nayi le nyoka. I did not know ngiselusana. Secondly, ngambona ngindlula i-total garage amude. Kwathiwa unganyatheli le nyoka.
Najola.
Yeah, I was not aware.
Yeah.
Then when I went to my grandmother's house ngathela sniff, then wafika endlini direct.
Yeah.
When I connect all these events, kudala ngifuna lo muntu.
Yeah.
Waze wangithola.
But then why not like no? That's a nipudi.
You see?
Or a ninja or a cat or something. Why such a thing and no me bra?
I get one about choosing no, but
Imagine.
But listen to this.
Yeah.
Listen to this. Then my cousin brother says something to me. When I explained the whole situation to him, that, hey, this is what I've been experiencing.
Yeah.
Then he said, no. That means Guti, Ochola Bakfun. And he says, you need to go sometimes to your grandfather's grave. Now, my grandfather, the father of my father, was a rich man.
Okay.
I need to give you a background about him. Back then, he was a millionaire of Siskai.
Yeah.
Because at that time, he started off at Matambo, Amasi from the open up a supermarket from the rural areas. Then he moved to the township. Back in the days, he had a clothing shop like Khalix, top notch. And he had a jewelry store. Non-educated, not coming from school, but, what you call natural intelligence.
Yeah.
Now, my cousin brother says to me, maybe Ukamshan, the very same Jola Wafika Guwe is the same Jola Wafika Guwe.
All right.
You need to be bold and go to his grave and go and speak there.
And now Kalajo.
Yeah.
Okay.
And go and speak there.
Yeah.
12 midnight.
12.
And I was like, shit. What the fuck?
But 12 in midnight, imagine.
But the point to get 12 for a
man, but I got about. Keep on about. Keep on about.
It's African.
But listen to this. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Because until today, my grandfather's wealth remains a mystery.
Yes.
To say that how was he able to break through?
Yeah.
And he was a very quiet man. And this is the very same guy on Pet and Hambanai.
All right.
So the point that I'm trying to make, I'm agreeing with what mine is saying. Ugoti, 90% of our families zitwele, ikona into zitwele. So you cannot actually, because of you do not know, you'll just say, no, astwelang. Or maybe you try to distance yourself because of you are afraid. Ugoti, today in the book twala ipumangendlela impi.
Yeah.
But like I said when we started about, when we were talking about the show yoktwala, ugoti, totems, they signify certain thing.
Yeah.
Totems, they say certain thing. And do you know who gave totems to black people?
Nope.
Do you know who gave totems to us?
Who did?
Go and read the Old Testament. You see, the truth is just right there. You just have to be able to put the puzzle together. What is it that Jacob did when he was about to die? He called his 12 sons. And each son, he spoke over their lives. And he said, and you shall be like this. You'll operate like this. Of the sons of Issachar, you will be like this.
Yeah.
Of you, Judah, you will be like this, like a lion, whatever it is. Do you understand what I'm saying? He connected them.
Yeah.
And he gave them totems. Because of what? Because of the behavioral patterns that he saw. And masikhuluma ngesithakazelo manje sesiyakhula lesi sithakazelo lesi. Sibuya back le. And funny enough, he gave them totems, and we read and we think that the Jews are white. But guess what? White people, they don't have totems. The people who've got totems are black people.
Kirin, yeah. All right. Then I get it. Nikki, what's the source of power?
The source of power is the connection between you and your ancestors.
That's only.
That's how it is.
Right.
That's the source of power. Remember that uqamata umvelnqange besimazi, we knew him, and we knew him through our ancestors. The idea that says that abantu abamnyama, when they acknowledge their ancestors, they are actually becoming ignorant of God. That's not true. Black people, they've long known about the Creator. They will call him uqamata, they will call him umvelnqange, they will call him unkulu, they will call him mwali in different languages, but they knew about his existence. But what they will do, they will speak to their ancestors and say, speak in our behalf to this one, because this is what is happening. That is why dala uma kunento ekuyisifo or kudesomiso bekuvunulwa kukhushulwe intaba. When they go up the mountain, the rain will come down. Uma kunento ebulala abantu mhlambe kunesigulu esithize, uma babuya kunokuphila. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, what was happening there in that mountain? You go and read the book of Enoch. It tells you.
Who has? I want that copy. Somebody must give me a copy of
The
that.
Book of Enoch.
Alone.
It's an online as a book you can buy.
Is it?
read.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come I tell you, the Book of Enoch tells you something that what the Book of Enoch tells you and what the elders tell you in the village is the same thing.
Okay.
And guess what? The elders in the village, they tell you and they haven't read the Book of Enoch.
All right.
They say, bekuthiwa kudala makhutshulwe indaba bakhuphuka indaba bayobika bayokhuluma bathi bekuvela indoda from far away isondele and they will be talking as le ndoda imile and then mabaqeda ukukhuluma it will turn its back and it will go and behle indaba amakhehla lawo of old.
Yeah.
You go to KZN, you go to Xhosa land, wherever it is, they've got a similar story.
Yeah.
Then you read the Book of Enoch. After Enoch was taken, guess what will happen? The Book of Enoch tells you that he will come once a year.
Yeah, the Enoch.
On a mountain, but he will stand far from the people.
Yes.
And
Reason
then
being?
they will speak to him because of now he's in another level.
Okay.
He cannot be in contact.
Yeah.
And you notice if you read the Book of Enoch and he explains how Enoch will come to see people. Sometimes they will say he will come twice a year, he will come once a year, or eventually he ended up coming after 2 years, after 3 years, then eventually he ended up not coming anymore. And you go back to Emakaya. Amakaya, they tell you about a man that will come from a distance.
Yeah.
Then I use my common sense.
They say, Papa Key dot, we are connecting this dot.
I connect the dots.
Yeah.
The Book of Enoch is a written book.
Yes.
Labo bangitshela into eyenzekile and they didn't read the Book of Enoch.
Yeah.
Is it not possible that the same guy that appeared in the Book of Enoch is the same guy that appeared to these people?
Well.
And if that's the truth, if that's the case, what makes these people Basemakai who did not read the Book of Enoch? Then now if you go back and you understand that Enoch was of the Hebrew stock, then what makes some of us who have experienced that thing?
Yeah.
That is why I'm saying to you that it's easy to connect the dots. Unfortunately, people, they become lazy to think
Yeah.
because of the disconnection between you and your ancestors. Is what weakens you. If you disregard the one who has went away as if he's no longer part of you, question that I'm having, who do you think is looking after you? Because of the way it works is this. Your father becomes an ancestor to your children.
Yeah.
And your ancestor is your grandfather.
So Nakeshwa, I become an ancestor to their kids.
Their kids.
Not them directly.
Not your father's, not your kids directly, to their kids.
So more like at the moment, my ancestor is my grandfather.
Exactly.
All right.
And that is why people who know your family, when they look at you and they see how you do things and how you operate and how you are shaped, they will say, but ufana baba mkhulu wena yazi. Mina mafika ekhaya for example, but hayi ukamshana.
Yeah.
And ulo muntu engihamba naye.
Yeah.
Ikhehle lizalo baba wami.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Nna go tsentse my view ya this thing ya week. O tlo itlosa ke tlo summarize ska ba etelle ke bona nako re na tsamaile.
Yeah.
You remember I told you how people don't know how we kids who you are. You should know also what you are. What you are, I mean you yourself.
Yes.
Those elements, whatever that makes you, the chakras and so on. Remember, we are the creators technology, and it doesn't mean we were supposed to have microchips and stuff. And then madi una le.
Yes.
So now maybe ki reveal
Reveal more.
what connects you to your ancestors?
Yeah.
Ke eng se so connecta le ancestors?
Nah, Kgosietsile. I'm not doing ancestral worship. I've never done it in my life. Okay. My father never taught me.
It's a lifestyle. That's why una di dingaka tse di ba botle ba bane le di bongaka a fetsa ba re ba tshwere ke mondau. Ha ba fetsa ba nne re ba motho hasitse ba re ba ilo parola mondau kuna. Ba le ka tsona ba itse re mondau ke eng.
Exactly.
And ene ba batho ba ile ne ba sna mondau. Ba thwasitse sendau.
Motho ana ba re o tsa mondau. Mondau ke ke wena re.
Motho mo mai bangaka. Ha go tshwere ke mondau.
And you know what's funny? They don't talk about Munzunza.
Mzuza ke wanye wa bona.
These things ke tse ngata, but you have to find someone at lo itseng hore ona le mondau or ona le mondiki or ona le eng or ona le yona e bolelang. And then re address.
Doesn't this make us weak because we are all over the place?
Ke yona ntwe ke bolelang hore if we were ne re tshwantse re follow dilo tse tsotlhe pila.
Yeah.
O bona hane ke bolela ke the great minds ya makgowa the Europeans after ba studyile defeat ela ya bona o thoma go swandlwane and history nantse go morao both Xhosas na go bantse ba le mo front line mo coastal lining.
Yes.
Some of them ba ba butse diphiri tsa rena hore rena physically ha re kopane hona le ntwe ngwe ha re berekisa ke yona e ba fenyang. It's like a barrier and then they cannot see it. It's like an invisible army or anything. Now motho o molomong ha o nya go itse ancestry ya hae re lebella ba ibitsang this genetic code man kana re ibitsang le tlonolo kana re
ke di genes DNA. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But wala ntse ke tla ke re the enemy the target.
Yes.
Ba targetile DNA.
All right.
Once o ka change DNA makeup ya motho o feditse ka yena.
Okay.
Go bontsha gore ba thomile kae.
Yeah.
Ba thomile kana go la ba etsa meento hona byanong right now gore why ne reetsi wa vaccination
all along. Yes.
batswedi ba rena ba ba furile le bona bana batswedi ba rena ba ka so just ba tla botsa fela rane le for polio and it's far beyond that.
Yes.
It not le vaccination ona bana COVID.
Yeah,
This is the
yes.
second I don't know how many attempts but try gore ba tweak DNA.
Ya rena thabantsho.
Yes.
Okay.
That is why ke re bongaka boka mo DNA.
Yes.
Ha motho are my old ancestor o tsama ka mo DNA ha o phatla o lukisa DNA ha o ja dijo tse right di herbs
Yes.
o bia DNA ha mo tshwantse be go teng
Yeah.
ha o sa je dijo tse right DNA ha o a be sharp then that's why re le tlosile o le robetse
Yeah.
mara o lebelle ha o ka ja dijo tse sharp tse fang good vibration
Yes.
o vibrate ka a level e sharp
Yeah.
o tlo bona le tlosile o la bereka batho le ona bana ba Sotho ha re bolla ka le tlotsi ba itse le tlotsi ke eng a o iputse wena why motho o mong lo morere o na le ha ona motho o sena le tlotsi
Like
so it means okay it means ona DNA.
Yeah.
You are a humanoid.
Yeah.
It means you are a humanoid. I want a DNA.
I'm an extraterrestrial.
Exactly. It's gonna get tricky for another day.
Yeah.
Le bona ba na le DNA ya bona.
Yeah.
And hona le mo tse DNA ya bona themselves. Ba I mixa le ya rena.
Okay.
Ba yentse something else.
Yes.
Because rena hona bana o ka se go spetlelo wa gra DNA ya motho. A se something so ka se krang
Or secrets a product.
or
Yes.
ba sa harness or and so the minute has ne re sa tlhoko DNA ya rena batho ba temporarily yona.
Yes.
That's where e entse le thinking ya rena le physically everything spiritually everything emotions everything goes out of the door.
Okay.
Yes mo go arabile 100%.
Avel.
O nya go itse hore besides the influence ya TV
Yes.
media itla has ne DNA it tweak.
All right.
And then now what you see on TV, you want to become it because now you see yourself as something that is not important. Your self-image.
Yes.
All
right.
Yes.
But can get pila re montshe pila.
No.
Thank you, Kgosi. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but mine uibethile now.
Okay.
Uibethile now. You see, that's what I'm saying. That in the actual fact, if you read the book, there's a number of things that I've said in that book.
Yeah.
Where I've even quoted that the God of Israel was never God of black people.
Well, I want us to come there.
Yeah.
What did you mean about that?
When you talk about the disconnection,
Yes.
anything that will either pull you away from your ancestors and actually deem your ancestors as either demons or
or
non-existence, or they are not part of you,
Yeah.
that is disconnecting you totally.
Okay.
Why? Because for you to be in existence today,
Yeah.
there is a streamline of people that are there who are responsible for your existence DNA-wise. Like it talks about the DNA. It is passed down from generation to generation. I mean, for an example, some of us, we never really got to experience apartheid like our parents did.
Yeah.
But you are born with the consciousness that there was some form of injustice. And for some reason, we can relate to the stories that they tell us, and we feel that we need to fight. Now, that's all DNA talking to you. But you were never there. That's why white people, because of, sometimes white people, they like to act stupid, and then they come and say, but you were never part of apartheid. How is it that it affected you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you've got this thing as a black child.
Yeah.
Why? Your DNA,
Yes.
your ancestor is talking to you that, no, my child, don't accept these people. They did cruelty to us. And that's the reason why they even brought the vaccine.
Of course. Yeah.
To try and quiet, shut down that voice, shut down that DNA, let it not communicate, let there be disconnection, because these people are going to be problematic. That's why, look at what is happening right now with, I love this guy. What's his name? The one who's always wearing military theory. It's Ibrahim Theory.
Yes.
Ibrahim Theory.
Yes.
I forgot.
As Mali.
I think someone
the young guy
Burkina Faso or something like that.
The young guy who just took over government,
Ibrahim
right?
Theory. Actually, I wanna buy his whole attire.
No, it's nice, eh?
Yeah. Check what he's doing. Check what he's doing. That is Thomas Sankara's reincarnation.
Yeah.
That's DNA there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Funny enough.
I don't agree.
Yeah. Funny enough. If we were to do research, we will find that either somehow the boy in his bloodline is connected to Thomas Sankara
somewhere. Yes.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
A lot of people, when they will hear me talk, sometimes when I will visit schools, as I was promoting my books, and I'll talk about black consciousness, they will say, Steve Biko's reincarnation. I've never met Steve Biko. I've never been to even his grave.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But they will see a lot of resemblance. I don't know, maybe somewhere in my bloodline. So that's the power of DNA.
Yes.
That ancestor always comes back.
Yeah.
In another form.
Yeah.
Somebody said the other day when we were talking about the issue of similar topic and we were talking about Jesus Christ, he said, he has came many times. You guys just did not see him.
Even. Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So you need to understand the bloodlines.
Yeah.
The power of bloodlines.
Yes.
And the power of DNA.
Yes.
And anything that disconnects you now to your ancestors, it is breaking the DNA. And that breaking of the DNA, that's what has weakened black people. Because black people have embraced from processed food, lifestyle, religion, the way of thinking, education. Black people have alcohol.
Like you.
Kgotsi wa itse gore ko botsa ka motho wa reng ha re alcohol ke breakfast e be supper e be lunch e be dinner
Yeah. But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you understand what I'm saying?
I love
you guys. I always like to take a shot. But let me tell you something that if you look at all these things,
yes,
slowly but surely, they disconnect you.
Yeah.
And they do get to a point where they weaken you.
Yes.
Whereby even your ears, they become dull of hearing.
Yeah.
You see, the thing about Amanda Badal is simple.
Yeah.
You need to be able to have an ear.
That's it.
Just listen.
Just listen.
Just listen.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? When you have an ear, you will be able to get where you want to get. Like I said to you, I gave an example. I said to Lomutu connected. Lekhetla hamba nalo. Lethi vuka ngesikhathi so bese endaweni so. Hlanga. Alithi ubani lithi ngiyohlangana nawe khona lapho.
Yes.
Mawufika laphana uthola umnikazi wendawo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they are not demons, eh?
Who?
Exactly.
Who's not a demon?
Our ancestors, they're not demons.
No. Okay.
I care about these things are demons.
I said
they're not real.
You are a target. You are a target. So how about madlozi ki ntwina ki di
Ke
madimoni.
Yeah.
It means all of us we are demons. Globally, we are demons and we should be proud of being demons.
Okay.
It means we are demons.
Yeah.
So that's why they learned from us or what makes us to be so powerful, but temporarily DNA.
Yeah.
Then there's the first entry.
Yeah.
By it's a change.
Okay, coming to this one, yeah, or before that, let's maybe pay the bills again.
Okay.
No problem.
Pay them.
Yeah, well. This show is brought to you by Segongoane Medical Services and Clinic. They are a private clinic situated in number 70 Kgosietsile in Westview, Danville. They specialize on the following: primary health care, ailment diagnosis and treatment, including medication, wound care, family planning, well baby clinic, basic ultrasound, laboratory blood services, treatment of chronic illnesses, treatment and management of patients on ARVs, wellness screening, antenatal clinic, HIV services and counseling. They have a pharmacy on site and they are doing CCMDD services as well, OHS clinic, circumcision clinic and abortion services. Their cell phone number is 064 548 7176 or 071 422 8576. Again, the address is 70 Kgosietsile in Westview, Pretoria West in Danville. Cell phone number again is 064 548 7176 or 071 422 8576. All right, yeah. So if you want, like I said earlier, similar advertisement on our station, Kgosi FM, you can see at the back, and you can see the show here. Rana Mofatsimo Evita the Kgosietsile Segongoane live show. You want similar advert on our platform? Please contact me on 064 548 7176. Soon we'll be having Jean. Hey, who's that? Ginger. Ginger. We'll be having a ginger here on the Olagunul platform will be here. And yeah, we'll be busy promoter. Sorry. Go by yourself. We have a merchandise arena. We have cups, as you can see. You've got a t-shirt like this one and a cap like this one, but then the different colors. I get that one.
Yeah.
So the cap you only get 120 to buy, and then the cup also something. And then there's a cup A, yeah, hosted on a live show if you can see it. That is 120 as well. And then the t-shirt, key golf shirt. So if you want a golf shirt for yourself with your name, like my name is written here, the emblem of the station obviously, and the site emblem as well, that is 250 for you, any size. So to let me put website on orders at Segongoane or just call me 07142285576 and then we'll put everything down. Goes okay. Like which one do you want? You want a cup? You want a cap? You want this? We give it to you. That's our merchandise. And soon we'll be having a new website, guys. Kgosi FM Street. Without being under this one. Yeah. We'll have a shop, everything there.
Yeah.
Online payment, everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get Toma Clinic. You get Toma gets our website. They one.
Oh.
It's on Holdings.
So, okay.
My company like is on Holdings.
Okay,
of its
Holdings.
own.
Yeah.
So everything under there.
Yeah.
Honali clinic, honali station, honali podcast, yeah, and all that. So that is the brand I'm pushing myself. Okay. So when I want to separate this one because it's on its own. Its own website, its own shop, everything gets done there. Yeah. Then that's it. Yeah. That one.
So Kgosi litlo lo bana ba tshwere ke badi ba tshwenya ke DNA.
I never said that. People are saying that to people.
Yes, and then hanga o provela.
Yes.
Hona ba nong ha ile re maine descendant ya ke banna ba tlhanko Congo go Central Africa.
Yeah.
Ba re go tswetse badimo. Ona na re go tlotswa Mundiki a bina Xhosa.
Arit.
Ke a botsisa. Mundiki o tswa bang ka mohara motho a tlhwang ko
Congo. Let's have a topic on that. It's going to be one of the topics, guys. Let me just say this on camera, Bill. There's going to be topics. The real and the fake.
Yeah.
Le types my problem, just to throw in a little one.
Yeah.
Right? That's not my language.
That is why
how is that happening? That's not my language. Because one other guy wangak. We look at trading. Aratsma didn't see whether more general about to sabon say it. You're not taught the right things. There is no way. That's Juan. Ole Motswana, Obo Bizoma Kosi was Yavu.
Okay.
Akonaha. Motswana, you're supposed to do things that's Juana because by Dim how about Juan. Efelamu. Mazulu, what they rebel. Let's say Mazulu, Hosna, Coston Hosnama Lesangom. Hona Lingaka. Whether Lingaka, Ngaka, stay Muna Mosad, Ingaka. Kids, what do you guys say about this? Yeah.
How are my cozy?
I get to work on a topic if it's
yeah. How are my cozy?
Yes.
Onara maybe I get a calendar in groups.
Okay.
How got so you give a dim will go to an land?
Yes.
I'll not let twice second cause a gimzu like a road to a go
Barangaki, yeah.
So it's clear.
Yes.
Decentralization is a hal.
Yes.
So e be ile gore ka mogoko botsa ba khonko batho ba kopana le ba le mandau ba kopana ba etsang. So
Yeah.
now how to ke badimo the only nearest person ka gore o isitswe. O kra lo re ke ntato wa letsolo.
Wa lezulu, yes.
Yes, mara ke re ntato wa letsolo ke guide for you. Mara ntato wa letsolo ka moena ho lediwa setsolo. O tshwantse o ona re badimo ba matsolo.
Ba ka bona ba le kae?
A ke re o ona ra ena mara o phethatsa go heno.
Okay.
Ka montlung ya hae.
Yeah.
A ke re lona manye o boletse gore ka montlung ya ulethe umfazi uzala uzoyenzani uzowakho umuzi must abide by everything yala endlini ngoba la akake
uze ngokhuko.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
wena o fitla ko ba tlo ruta melao ya ka mola mara melao ya ka mola ke re ke ya matsolo
Yes.
mara hantse ba ruta setsolo o guide gore o ntshe badimo ba hao ba bongaka ke re
Yes.
wena ha modimo wa tswile o tlo bolela ka Setswana are you forced le gore wena o tshwantse o bolele setsolo
Oh, ha ke sna ke tsoko ke bola gae. I'm going to do the Tswana thing. Is that how it is?
Utlwa a ke re motho o tshwereng ke Motswana
Yes.
ha motho o ba o shaela ha tswe re yebo baba
Ari.
o tlo bolela ka Setswana
Ntate.
e tlo re ntate
Yeah.
mara ha o dumedisana le ntate o dumedisa badimo remember ha ke dumedisa wena a ke dumedisi wena ke dumedisa badimo baka
All right.
so badimo baka if ke ba tlameni
Yes.
ke matsolo
Yes.
then o tlo dumedisa ka gore I'm the highest mo wena
Yes.
wena o tlo dumedisa nna ka setsolo
Okay.
mara nna I'm here to help you gore ho tswe badimo ba go heno ba Setswana ba re
Yeah.
bo or ha ke re ho tswe badimo mo wena
Yes, yes, yes.
o ka nna wa rona Motswana mara ho tswe badimo ba Maxhosa utlwa naturally wena o itse le Motswana go heno ha le bolela Setswana
Yes, yes.
yes kanto wena go tlotswa modimo wa bolelang polelo eo so what I'm saying ke polelo ya go heno
All right.
mara ko o ileng e ba bolela polelo e nngwe
Yes.
o tlo ba dumedisa ka polelo ya bona
All right. Ari tla JB.
It comes down. Well, you see what mine is saying. Actually, it's quite deep.
Yeah.
Hey, bafethu. Hey, bafethu. Nayi indaba iyangihlupha la.
Yeah.
And I so wish other people are listening to this podcast.
Yes.
Respect.
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 Total.
Respect.
Yes.
Hey, kunabantu abanayo respect. Doesn't matter what you bring to them. It doesn't matter how you try to help. It doesn't matter what calling you have. They just show no regard.
Okay.
And they don't understand. Lezinto azimane zivele.
Yeah. Asinotswa fela nje.
Kunobizo.
Yeah, okay.
Umuntu uyabizwa
Yeah.
aphiwe into
Yeah.
ezothi size isizwe.
Okay.
You know our people,
Or this whole thing of badimba tsukhile and everything bongaka, right?
that.
Yes.
And a lot of things, because what he's saying, it goes to a lot of things.
Yes.
We are talking about Uktwas,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you can take that and move it to a church situation,
Yeah.
into an organization situation.
Obviously, yes.
Umuntu akahambi yedwa.
Yeah.
Because I cannot come here. You see, now I'm in a studio. Well, whoever that gave you this idea is your family member, a certain ancestor.
Yeah.
I need to respect that.
Yeah.
I can't come here and do my own things.
Yes.
When you say this is not done,
Yeah.
I don't have to debate with you about it.
Yes.
I must just go back.
It's fine. It's not done. Yeah.
That's how it is. And I see a lot of trend that is happening with a lot of black people. Which, you see, what mine is talking about Uktwas. Meaning, as much as Mtswana, you'll have to respect idlozi lomzulu because of kula uThwasa khona.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Umuntu akahambi yedwa, umuntu uhamba nabantu.
Yeah.
Now, our black people, they've got a challenge. They don't know how to respect. And the issue of respect to them, it means suppression, oppression. You know, I remember one principal once said something to me. He's a PAC member, and then I love what he said. He said, democracy does not exist in Africa.
Yeah.
We are not a democratic people.
Okay.
We work with hierarchy.
Yeah.
Tina, we are a people that follow the leader. So when you come to my space, you do what is being done.
Yeah.
And then I'll service you, give you what's yours,
Yeah.
but you need to respect the space that you are in.
Yeah.
That's how Africa operates.
Okay.
So you irrespect for us, it seems to be a scary word.
Yeah.
that if I respect, it means that I'm undermining myself. It means that, you know, you understand what I'm saying? And I feel, you know, this person, I'm better than him or her. So at the end of the day, I cannot respect this person.
Yeah.
But you forget something. You don't have the same calling as this person.
As this person, yes.
The issue is the calling here. You can compete with him financially, but you don't have the same calling. Lo muntu biziwe. He's being assisted by beings that you do not see. At the end of the day, he can do certain things that you cannot do. When you are having what you have as your power, which is your finance, but your finance does not mean that you are equal to this individual.
Yeah.
So I love what he's saying about Indabok Twasa because of it's very much important. You may not be Zulu, but utwaso mXhosa.
Okay.
So uzothwasa ngalendlela lomXhosa abakini abaveza ngakhona.
All right.
And also useXhosa land, you're gonna speak the Xhosa land language.
But then when you go back,
when you go back, you do izinto zakini ngoba ngithi manje uzokuexplainela akutshela ukuthi bakini it's not something that is strange.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But you were in a foreign space.
All right.
And then you had to fail to respect the powers that be.
Yeah.
Big Juju. I love the boy. He's got the content. He's got the content right.
Yes.
But my passion, my problem is one. Respect.
Fail.
Respect.
Yeah.
You know why? Simple. Wisdom is found on gray-headed man.
Okay, like me.
Exactly. That means that you see that gray says that you've got experience.
Yeah.
You've got knowledge.
Yeah.
You've walked the path.
Yes.
You know what works, what doesn't work.
Yeah.
So when I fail to respect you, who else am I going to respect?
Oh,
where's your hair? Like, how was his hair? I was with you to go. Why? All right.
Okay, so revealing it must add to what we are trying to say to explain or why black people have become so weak.
So weak, yes.
Because in really a vessel in you can never touch, you can never do anything. But certain people study. That's why re impulsive.
Yeah.
How about politics? We don't study something to attack.
Yes.
We are always ready to throw stone, to shoot, to kill someone. This man who reach Ramola Ramujela says we study if a full report. How about that?
They
don't miss. Ba better bullseye.
Yeah.
Mararona har ka re lo attack wa itse ro boella mola 100 ba re bola ba otlopho.
Yeah.
Because re tlala pelo re ba emotionally, we are all over the place.
Yeah.
So that is why ke re bona ba berekise intelligence. Hence I was saying hore ha ko committee everyone ba kry information or committee ke the hub. O mo lo mo tsere section e lo reng e bereka. So go India ba tsere the holistic part.
Yeah.
Meditation, yoga and stuff.
Yes.
Rena re nkile the more aggressive part. How ka ile not to say aggressive, but ekunyuka intaba ungena emanzini ukwenzani ugida wenzani ngobona it's a little bit different from the holistic stuff. The holistic stuff, those guys ba ja di powder dilonyana ba no metsi ba faster no lebelele mmele ya bona e bya ke mesesane something mara o bone bontata jibili o bo kre bo gwedini kwa ba fondeni
ba ejana ba
kusha
and ba ejana baba too much.
Breakfast, summer, lunch, and it's a maling. They go together. So all these things, if Rikadi line, all of them,
yes,
a person are weak.
All right.
Yes, and then when you want to attack a person, the physical part ke bona. Once you mulata spiritual, wa mulata ka motlhong ka mo, more we don't need. Auto deteriorate. As long as you are taking the main part, this brain, the server, all
right.
So Merkwabana was so easy. Attack the server and then we'll just see everything falling down. Simple.
So another question that I want to ask Jibilika from your book. Remember, guys, the book here, the missing link. If you want to read more, please let us know. What are number of it? Or where can they get the book and how much are we talking, right? Because people must know who this is. Yeah, you owe me. I need royalties from this. Whatever book you sell, you have to let some team account to run it.
No, just touch on the book, strictly on the book, because we touched a lot of things.
Yeah.
Let me focus on the book a little bit. What ancestors?
Yes.
In Africa,
Yes.
when a person assumes a party hand in hand,
Yes.
have you ever noticed that? But when what happens, go here no pili, that's what counts the most.
Yes.
And then you leave for church. Between Bomalume and Libakereke, because Boma position, but at the end of the day, buried my mother. There was no pastor.
Okay.
From start to finish. And until today, I don't know my mother's ghost. No, there's no pastor that is coming. You're going to have to bury your mother the traditional way.
Where was Bushira?
No, he was still around.
Okay.
Okay, no Bushira, can I look Anusik? There's another one.
Yeah.
None of those people came. I handled the service. From the times to Pusifita, I shared a verse. I spoke to the people. I allowed people to come and see my mom. I went to the gravesite. We walked my mom to the grave. I handled the service in the grave. My mother, she went down.
Yeah.
2 years later, my mom, she came to my first wife. And she said, I was preparing something for you guys. I'm signing papers. And in that dream, she saw my mom signing papers. And a few weeks after then, that's when I got the business of colognes. I mean, I can tell right now, you can't smell like me. So my point is this. My mom brought that. You see, my mom brought that because my mom loved colognes. And that business, as small as it is, it has been able to sustain me and my family. So my point is this. I buried my mother. There was no pastor. My mother, Apugi. So it goes back to what I've been saying. Before we were introduced to this thing.
Hey, they were burying people like that. I mean,
what was our way of doing things?
Yeah.
Before this issue was brought down by these people, how were we doing things? Do you know that we've got 5,000 years recorded of the history of black people before the Bible or before the Abraham of the Bible was born?
Yeah. Let's come to this one. This one, the God of the Jews was never a God of a black person.
What do I mean by that? You need to explore. You need to read.
Yeah.
Check Ben Ami, the African Hebrews in Dimona that arrived in Liberia in 1968, and they were all slaves, and they arrived with Ben Ami, and they walked to Israel, and there was a DNA test that was done, and it was proved that their DNA confirms that they are natives of the land of Israel, and they were given a space in Israel called Dimona. Then you've got another
Dimona
in Israel.
Dimona, D-E-M-O-N.
Dimona,
Yo, Jehovah, yeah.
And then you have Louis Farrakhan. You have Louis Farrakhan that talks about these things.
Yes.
You've got another group of Hebrews.
Is Farrakhan a Muslim?
He's a Muslim, but in the actual fact, Islam and Hebraic, they connect. Exactly.
Yeah.
Ishmael, come I tell you something that's very interesting. Ishmael was a black man.
Yes, we know that because Aribon pila batos is insos. Aribel ba Kriste banu. It's like me. Hagar. Yes. Hagai or Hagar was an Egyptian slave.
You see, you call
Egypts are black, like us.
You call her a slave,
yes.
But in the actual fact, Hagar was a princess.
Yeah, I get the Bible. He was an Egyptian slave and a servant to Sarah.
That is where now the translation comes in. She was a princess of the Pharaoh, and what happened was given to Abraham after the Pharaoh saw what the miracles took place that happened and said, rather have my daughter and go with my daughter as your wife.
Okay.
But listen to this. Ishmaelites, they're still there in Israel. They're there.
Yeah.
The media will not talk about them. They're blacks. Now, what is it that happened? You have Ishmael, that's where the Arabs
start. Yeah.
Because what happened is the nation of Arab it's a new nation. It's a cross of a Greek and an Ishmaelite.
Yeah.
Or a cross of a Roman with an Ishmaelite. So there's a cross of a white and a black.
And a black, yeah.
So the Arabs, in the actual fact, they are coloreds. They are mulatto.
Yeah.
Mulatto, what you call in Mozambique. They are coloreds. And then that's where they come from. And the Ishmaelites, because of they loved their Caucasian fathers, their white fathers, and they despised their black mothers, they are the first people to enslave black people.
Yeah, man. You're so enslaving your own person. You're crazy.
Exactly. They are the first people to enslave black people.
Yeah.
And that is the reason why when you see the Muslims or the Arabs bombing what you call France and all these places, they're not fighting for you. What they're fighting for is that you guys, you took food from our mouth.
Yeah.
We're already in a dining table and you took the food, and that's why we are fighting back.
Yes.
But in the actual fact, the first people to enslave us is the Arabs.
Yeah.
That is why if you check places that are colonized by Arabs, they don't even know their mother tongue. You go to the southern side of Africa, North Africa, or wherever it is, not south, but the northern side of Africa, you go deep, you'll find that there are people who've got Muslim names and they're Africans and they don't even know their mother tongue. They've been speaking Arabic for 5 generations.
Yeah.
Now, that is serious colonization.
Hence, remember I said something, Kerry. Now I'll never join the religion. Me from what I am
To something else.
to something else. Maina to dress code, I'll never do that because I don't think we are moving from one God to another one. No, it's the same one
Exactly.
across the board.
Mine, all right. The Arabs register black people all over. Same applies to everything by registering, whether it's a mirror, gold, whatever it was, this cup.
Yes.
I'm here to sell this cup. My home boots or say, I get a Malay and okay, you can 50,000.
Tama.
Even when maybe you get right, get a shipment of a bit. I give it Europe, I beg about Clapper price.
Yeah.
Africa,
Yes.
They didn't care mercilessly. Yes.
Can I tell you something that is very, very interesting? Because you see, sometimes we don't apply our minds.
Yeah.
Can somebody give me Mansa Musa's original name?
I don't know. I know now we heard of him.
We only
Mansa-
know Mansa Musa.
Mansa Musa is from Mali.
Yeah.
Mansa Musa converted into Islam. And the Muslims, they owned him and they called him Mansa Musa. And you hear about Mansa Musa, the great king. But is it
The one was
possible?
gold, right? The one was
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the question that I want to ask, are you aware that in history, there is no history that shows the existence of Solomon and his wealth?
Okay.
But there is a history that shows Mansa Musa's existence and his wealth. Is it possible that the very same Solomon that you read about in the Bible that is owned by the Jews can be the same Mansa Musa that is owned by the Muslims? And he was a black man and he had his own original name, not Mansa Musa, not Solomon, but his own original name. Is it possible?
Maybe. Well, but then what is the name of that? Do you know his original name?
You see, that's the thing. I don't know his original name, but I know that there is the name Mansa Musa. He got it when he converted.
Yeah,
when he converted.
Yes.
So that's not his original name. At the same time, the Bible seeks to own him by calling him Solomon, because there is no person historically who has been rich or having the whole splendor like Mansa Musa. Besides Mansa Musa. So the Jews want to own him as Solomon. The Arabs
Muslims
want to own him as Mansa Musa.
Yes.
But this man was black.
Yeah.
We know about the pigmentation. He was black.
Yeah,
but what was his name?
Yeah, he even mentions it there in the Ecclesiastes, Songs of Solomon.
Ecclesiastes.
No, Songs of Solomon.
Songs of Solomon says, "Do not look down upon me, you children
as
of Israel,
a black man, because
I'm of brown skin."
Yes.
He says of brown skin.
Yes.
Now, if you look at the wealth of Mansa Musa and you look at the wealth of Solomon, they connect.
Yeah.
Somehow you start to understand that it's the same person. Look, guys, this is not far. I mean, the picture is in the wall. You just have to connect the dots.
Yeah.
These people were just able to play around with the figures and all these things just to portray themselves. The Jews are standing up with this, and if you check, it's all blackness. You talk about Elijah, that was a black man. That was a black man. You talk about all these other people, these were black people. And I will tell you right now, a practical example. Why is it that I will confirm and affirm that they were black?
Yeah.
In France, they did a study, and they were cutting off the heads of black people.
Okay.
And they realized that black people's pancreatic gland is longer than theirs. Now, what do you find in your pancreatic gland? Your third eye is found in your pancreatic gland, meaning that the ability for you to be able to see the future comes from your pancreatic gland. So if white people's pancreatic gland is smaller and ours is longer,
it doesn't even exist.
Exactly. So that means that the people who have the ability to foretell the future is black people. So you can't have white prophets in the Bible. Definitely you're gonna have black prophets in the Bible.
Yeah. I'll tell you, is someone telling you, "What wash I'm
we shouldn't even mention it because it's not there. They tried all sorts of things. But when I grew up, I basket in the sun. I thought in a Bazia Santen. Can't know. The sun rays or economy massage pineal gland.
Yes.
As long as ubanale a more whiter clear skin,
yes,
aona melanin. That is why like albinism.
Yes,
is the lack of melanin. So now I little kuaga blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah, not about the yellow bone. I see him to carry the yellow bone. At the
no, those who melanin.
Yes,
Kiki sign or melanin thing. And then yes, genetic makeup was skinny side. Skinny saba soto sona le sola.
Yes, you absorb that is yes.
So now ushap mara. If we were to measure her melanin,
yeah,
I like anili abasadi ba leba ku Sudan.
Yes,
exactly. Those dark ones.
Okay, those are black. Jesus, beautiful.
That's higher carbon about 100% melanin.
Yes.
Maybe for instance 80 or 70%. I'm just trying to show you fellow how important it is.
Melanin is, yeah.
So the results are little mention both of them are level. I said not one thing, it's all about to have weak black people.
Yes.
The same regulating on our stembu. Once in the family structure, we remove things are gonna fall apart.
Okay.
And then hanga does no remove ntate. Kgosietsile tabaya culture.
Yeah.
And once utlosa culture mo mothong, mola ile 100%. Makwa bona level, they've never battled mo culture because they didn't have any interested in mo.
Yeah.
So bona they kept on that's why bona ka tseno. Senza no bona ba dilo tsa bona di tsamaya pile.
Yes.
And then le bofebe ba bona ba boetsa so nice. O ka se bo bona.
Yeah.
You must look at us. Come on, do re latlhileng. O ka tsama go main lane. O tlo kra ntato mo rabutu mo motse rona le family somewhere. Mara o mmone a tshwere troli. O tlo bona ka the general energy e tsamang ka yona le motho lo ra okay makgwa pain o ikutso.
Yeah.
Mara o lebelle makgwa. Hangata makgwa o ba kra go di molong. Ana le mosadi ya hae le bana ba ibile ba tsama barefoot. Ba tshwere troli tse pedi. Marena because anything is not runa. We are just being controlled by something. Yeah. That's why even you see men are suffering because men talk. Over a bottle of Cliff ginger. And then another study sheet. Fridays. Yes. Off. All the time. Baya go di shopo tsela ntatu na le go tsona ba reka biala ba reka nama ba etsang.
Yes.
Ele gan pra diamonds. Bona o ile o bolela ka go thoma ka taba go tsohelwa gore go apala. O ile o bolela ka go mmerekong family le ola lo ha ba tloa mola. ho fedile dilo tsa bona ntse ba di fishing ba di brain ba bona they talk butse rona Friday re etsa re shene di tshisa nyama re bolela ka gore ke nyoko tse ngwana mo ke bukile kae ka I'm telling you we just do useless things so people should be aware ka mo khone go botsa ke re dilo tsa tswana le yona fela to add parasite le ke re ke tswa mo kolobeng e entswe gore e nne ko braining ya hao now urena rena no parasite ke selo fela
it has a job to do.
It has a job. It's just more biology. The scientists azanga ba fihla mo loreng ba nyoko re tlhalosetsa gore pila the symptoms tsa kolobe ha sentsane e utsene go iragala a ba re go tsona ba we are proud and black o ja kolobe o tlo utlwa moruto la yona ka motlhong ka o thoma yo botse ilo tse snacks be yana ka motho ka re o tswa di drugs I'm telling you my name because they research about the dilo tse tsene ke
ba tla go ja kolobe wena sana e ba nne ke I eat bacon, I eat everything. What's wrong with you? I even get chops and shit.
You number way.
Pork belly.
That is why when we need a spiritual cleansing.
Yeah.
We need a emotional cleansing.
Yeah.
When everything. Who are we na how utla kwali?
Yes.
We must flush you out.
You know from what Manny is saying.
Yes.
One of the things that the Lemba people are known of. If you go to Venda. And you talk about the Bashabi, the leaders, they will tell you Abajikulobi.
At all. Yeah.
And like I said, the Lemba is one of the tribes of Israel, one of the tribes of Yaakov, which is basically the Levites.
Yes.
And there's other tribes. I personally feel, and I look at the Zulus, how they behave and their history and all these things, I feel that the tribe of Zulu may be the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Judah. Yeah, because if you go to Ghana, you find the Ashantis. The Ashantis, they are warriors, just like the Zulus. They are warriors. Then you find the Xhosas, might be the tribe of Issachar, because of the Xhosas themselves.
They're too humble. Get coward,
but very intelligent. They understand the times and stuff like that. They always feel that they want to conform.
Yes.
They say, let's move with the times.
Yeah.
You know, what's the point for us to remain? You understand?
No wonder Mandela just did.
Exactly.
No, but let me tell you something why my Xhosa becomes gays.
Yes.
You see, the issue about the Xhosas now, which is where now I totally differ with them.
Yeah.
And even at home. That's why I'm sticking to my guns when it comes to polygamy and shit.
Yes.
And come I tell you, whoever that's listening to this podcast can't tell me jack shit.
Yeah.
Because we were raised by our mothers. Our fathers were never there. The first people who boqala ukusebenza enkomponi, which is
the mine.
It was Xhosa men.
Okay.
They were working at the mines. As a Gauteng.
Yeah.
So they never went back home.
Yeah.
So we were raised by our mothers.
Yeah.
So the issue of single parenting among the Xhosa community is the norm. You understand?
Okay.
So uma ukula as a son, you don't have a man to look up to as a role model because your father is not there. We were all raised by single parents. And that's the reason why indaba kuhlushwa isibongo, which I'm talking about in that book, is common among the Xhosas.
Okay.
AmaXhosa ahlushwa isibongo because of ukhuliswa ngumama, ungumntwana womalume.
Yeah.
So in the actual fact, your mother gets to be married somewhere else if it has happened.
Yeah.
Because of among the Xhosas, the issue of mshado is not a common thing. I'll tell you why. Abantu abashadayo emaXhoseni abantu basemakhaya. Once you get to Mdantsane, go
Urban area.
Akoskomo pa. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
Wonke umuntu pa usebenza ifactory uyazula kanamanje ubeka inkomo.
Okay.
But yakwazi ukwenza abantwana.
Oh yeah.
So all these kids they grow not knowing their father.
Hey son.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Inkomo azikho.
Yeah.
So into yokuchada into yasemakhaya.
Okay.
Then bogqiba babalekele phi ecaweni babe ngabasabatha okanye ngamaweseli. Yabo ukuthi kwenzekani?
Yeah.
So in the actual fact the issue of marriage among the Xhosa, that is why they've accepted the Xhosa women to be single parenting.
Hey son.
Xhosa women they are okay with it.
Olebelele show ke show ya king onyaka ntata o. Ising utata akho man.
But
Ayizange.
Khumbule ekhaya.
Khumbule ekhaya, yes.
Ra ka lebela di obisi tse tsohle ba re first dates.
Kimakosa, 90%.
Yes, I'm telling you, you should do your own research.
Wow.
And you'll notice the common thing among the Xhosas.
Yes.
They will always say, "Guti, umama wati."
Yeah, ne?
That is why there's a song that says, "Gemine zinzima ndikhumbulu mama he, gemine zinzima." Akati nkumbulu tata, uthi nkumbulu mama. You go to the Zulus, you find the opposite.
Most of the time, yes.
Ubaba.
Umzini kwa baba and all those things.
They always made it to
Ubaba. AmaXhosa bakhuluma ngomama. Why? We were raised by umama. And I always tell people that that's the reason why AmaXhosa will be homosexuals, because of they were more exposed to the feminine side
than the male side.
Exactly.
Jesus.
And that's why Indabubu gay becomes too much among AmaXhosa than when you compare it with other groups.
Mujendiki. But how the hell does generation get cursed like that? Yeah.
No, it gets to a point where you don't even see it's a case. Remember,
it's just part of life. Like.
Yeah, remember, who doesn't have a mother?
Yeah, all of us we do have.
We do have. How no skolong? Kibo mango bonango skolong basi ke batho mo gating. Majority ke basadi. A kere ke o bona go butse kere the colonizer o startile fela ka ho nga o itse re ha mo family structure ha nka tlosa ntate.
Yeah. Ke sense the whole thing. Yes.
Ere go bontsha ka mkhwareng ba go dikomponing.
Yeah.
Ba tlwetse umama ezilaleni akere.
Yeah.
Bona umo.
Yeah.
So remember the whole year utata akekho. Utata ukrile mamncane ko emakhishini. Ukrayilur asa khona ho afford that amount. I romele go high.
Exactly.
Futhi because owa mo high o clever too much. Besides o clever egoli zinto ziyadura.
Yes.
Manje ekhaya baya safara. So umama le na ko high ke person. O feletsa ka re jiki ha bo are. O makala ngwana o mong mo araba hao. A esa lola tlhoiki mabaka ke ro bona ke tlhoitse.
Yes.
O latla ngola ko tlhoinya.
Yeah.
And I'm just giving you an example or let's say if let's say lori ntlo so mara ba divorce ka or ha sinya ka lebaka la hore. So you know, the degeneration bit by bit.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean if you come from that home state.
Yes.
It means now everything is sharp. You're still with that ghost and you're also going to fall trapped to the same thing.
Oh yeah.
So now if 50 years.
Ne.
Commonality or a woman who hudisa familiarly one.
Yeah.
Ibile no morabasho sharp. Can they know maybe 40 years down the lane.
Yeah.
Or not tabaila hore ha ke huditse ke mama fela yes ra mo glorify umbokoto tswere mara you need this.
Okay.
Who's marrying this man as this woman not onyalang wena o sna father figure. What's going to happen?
Yeah.
You know adding to what you're saying, mine, that's the reason why I'm in Ekaya from both my mother's side and my father's side. I find a very interesting thing. In the best team, people are always puzzled at me. Why on this table?
When again?
Yeah, why on this table? My umakas said to me, but contrary to what you said.
Contrary
to what Umagas is saying, contrary to what she said, she comes back and she says, the great-grandfather will send them off to go and Boli Mali. They did not know what they were doing. Only to find that all the houses that they were going to tilt the land and farm, they were only women. Their grandfather was the husband, and she was not aware.
Yeah.
Ekaya, my sisters and everybody, it's tempest nada. I'm the one who's fighting for his temple. But Ukwichana, the one that we quote, our great-grand ancestor, had 5 wives who gave him the 5 sons. And the 5 sons, they formed the 5 houses. Usbeu, Ubonani, Upeche, Unjoloza, Umamini.
Yeah.
Now, that's why I look at these people and they are questioning me about this temple and they're coming from his temple, but they don't want to acknowledge his temple. And I realize that there's nothing else except foolishness here. At the end of the day, and I told my wives, and I said, you know what, we're going to fight for this thing. We're going to have this thing is going to grow. We don't need anybody's approval because of, in the actual fact, these people that we are looking at, who are calling themselves my family members, who know about his system and they're in denial of it, we're not going to acknowledge them. We're not going to listen to them because of they seem to be deceived. Because of, the question is, yet you forget, genetically, we are
the Tembu ones, the Tembu people.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So, and they want to quickly go and run to the church.
Yeah.
You know, I told my elder sister some time ago about something that happened, that somebody fell pregnant and stuff like that, and she's like, "Yo, I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. You're just becoming like utata."
Hey, but and fail.
Of
It was
course.
a fail. Yeah.
More at peace.
You
Wow.
understand?
Yeah.
I have to be like my dad.
You can't be like
And
somebody
guess
else's.
what? And guess what? I'm not disappointed in my dad. Instead,
Exactly.
I love my dad.
Yeah.
You know what happened to me is that as soon as I discovered that I was the person that I am,
Yes.
as much as my dad did not raise me,
Yeah.
but guess what? I had nothing else but love and respect for the man.
Yes.
Because of I understood that I am his reincarnation. So I always feel sometimes for people who feel that I don't love my dad because my dad did not raise me. I don't love my dad. He's just a man to me. He's just a sperm donor. You find people saying those kind of things. And I'm like, you know what? If you're a male child, be careful of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because you are exactly like your father. The fact that you do not know your father does
not
mean
make you
that
less
you're
of a
different
man.
from exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because you always want to go and get bottle.
Yeah.
Let us remind that one of the things again is weak.
Okay.
You can't believe
Okay.
the language that I'm speaking with you right now.
Yeah.
Also,
English.
quasi. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now
yes,
I need
yes,
to break it down to you how English has changed,
destroyed
the DNA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember, you have the DNA. Umuntu bekakhulume isintu or isiZulu.
Yeah.
Now when you come and talk English,
Yes.
English was introduced to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's another trick again in the English way, in English speaking. There are many words that when we speak, you are casting a spell. You are even casting a spell to yourself or to a spell to someone you are talking to.
Yeah.
As much as you see people who are educated, who have PhDs and whatever, and masters from university.
Yes.
That's why some people, they are so useless.
Yeah.
People, that's why some people, they hate people who are educated. Because the more they read the books, the more they use this language I'm speaking in now,
Yeah.
the more it made their brains to be, nothing.
Yeah.
They are worth nothing.
Yeah.
Because that's why when we were growing up, I would see my grandmother. She was not talking to me in any other language, but she was speaking to me in Southern Sotho. I mean, that's from my mother's side. She was speaking to me in Southern Sotho.
This paid again?
Sesotho,
Yes. Yes.
So I used to speak when I speak. So people used to laugh at me. So now gibang so give under pressure. Now can you go English.
Yes.
And then now parents but once I English, oh, good child.
Yeah.
Kanta is the first downgrade.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
telling you,
that life.
let that thing the intelligence, it goes away. Second one, when I grew up, there was this thing, maybe maybe. Because runa get holetse mo di urban area.
Yeah.
Someone atla ayeta bar o tswa Limpopo kapa
Anywhere else besides Gauteng, yeah.
In the rural areas.
Yeah.
That guy, I influence ke culture ya mo, dress code ya high, come in diet and everything. Let's say na di sa di khomo le dinku.
Yes.
That guy nanwa pure milk. From the others,
Straight, yes.
Nano metsi a spring water, as wa mo fatshe, as nang contamination ya
Yes.
any chemical whatsoever.
Yeah.
So this guy diet ya hae ya dijo ya ko high, le ha le ko naheng kwale. This guy, remember, they walk barefoot.
Yeah.
they get to be interaction with the sun.
Ba recharge.
The rain e folla mo bona.
Yeah.
O khona go robala mo tlasa setlhare a khumile le green a tsamaya le mo ntwela barefoot.
Yes.
What are those things? Re boletse ka tsona the 5 elements.
Get the elements, yes.
Then that is why ha motho la na tla mo. La le ka dlala bolo la etsa any competition no ka se mo beat ka anything.
Yeah.
La le ka no biala. Lili di teenager no look le blackout ena ntse so
Yes.
o go tsa street er nna ke mammanke e bile ha thoma bolela di incantation tseo
Yes.
e ba wes wena hona le yona ha o khone bolela sebongo
Ha ke rona ke bona Gauteng me bra.
then that is why
Ke bona Gauteng what does he know?
di politiki di ba di mongae di politiki er di hona mo ma ANC ma EFF ma di ba mongae
Ba mo Gauteng.
ba mo ha yes ene ba jang dinama di kolobe di brand di whiskey
Eh, o tlo ba kolobe ke to tloela pila.
we maybe lo eno e
O ngwela skempe ka go
Come I tell you what mine is saying is
Yes.
it's so interesting because I met a guy who said to me when we were talking about the ultimate colonization of Africa, and he said, Nick, my grandfather, he was a man that when he walks into a shebeen, the powers that he had, if abamthengelanga okwakhe utshwala,
Yes. Bomang.
like the colleagues
Okay.
and everybody else, if utshwala bakhe abukho,
Yes.
when he turns his back,
Yeah.
literally the beer will rot.
Ah when.
I'm telling you.
Wa phela lo mo.
And then bekakhona ukulala in a field imvula ineta around yena but inganethi kuye.
Even.
At that and I'm talking about my grandfather. You see now, this is like grandfather, father, and the guy.
Yes.
So that's not like 4 or 5 generations. That's like now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, bro, that's awesome. And I went back, every time I get this information, because of, I think, I grew up in the church a lot. I grew up in the church, I grew up reading the Bible, Old Testament, and I was fascinated by miracles and all that. And I went into Judaism. So every time I would read about these things, I would always see that there's so much resemblance of the prophets of old and our people. I mean, imagine, imvula, ineta around this guy, but lalele khona
Moneli, yes.
That sounds like Elijah. That sounds like Moses. That sounds like Abraham. That sounds like Jacob. That sounds like some of the old people, some of the old prophets.
Yeah.
Meaning that this guy was connected. And guess what? The pigmentation was black. Was black. So that's the reason why I always tell people that the very same book that has been used to colonize you is actually talking about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I said, like you when we first spoke, I felt that you just like it's like you did not. You felt like I don't like Christianity. No. No. I understand it better.
Yeah.
That in the actual fact, it is not Christianity. This is who we are.
Yes.
This is who we are.
Yes.
In the actual fact, the naming is what brought the confusion. But in the actual fact, everything that was happening within has been our system of living.
Yeah.
Our way of living.
Yeah.
You are born with the consciousness of the Supreme Being. And who are you? You are nothing but the Hebrews of old.
Yeah.
And as soon as you understand that, you will understand why they are against you, why they will bring TB, why they will bring HIV, why they will bring in COVID and all these things, why they will give you false information and dilute the food, because they understand the power that you possess.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why every person that comes with a party will be funded as long as you're not talking about the unity of black people. Because of when you're talking about the unity of black people, you are talking about the unity of the Hebrews, and you're talking about the unity of the Kabbalah. And once they come together, the Kabbalah starts being activated. At the end of the day, quote unquote, witchcraft comes out.
You know, you speaking about the parties. I remember Malema spoke about something about Sahori. This new party, Rise Muzant. I get advertised. It's useless. For now, I don't see it as a party. So today, they've revealed their sponsor. Malema, remember, he asked Toru, who's giving these people money? Because one bought advertisement, that thing is $45. And you go to Guyane, you don't even have hours there.
Okay.
Who's giving these people money? Kezo, Oppenheim, the sister.
Exactly.
He's funding them. They've revealed it.
Nkasi
So,
Magadi.
so my problem was that's how they are fragmenting the black vote.
That's how it
or
is.
the black people.
That's how it is.
What
Because
am I?
if black people are going to come united
Yeah.
and they're going to all stand together for one party and stand together united, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So you can come with any idea and any philosophy. You know. Sometimes, guys, I'm sorry about this, but I'm not trying to blow my own horn. But I find that sometimes people they come. Yeah, but we talking about the Marxist philosophy. Marx. Who the fuck is Marxist? Bruh, the land was taken away from us.
Yeah.
You know what? The person that fought for the land was not Marxist, was Shaka and fucking Abo Lokuzana, Abo Nsikane,
Yes,
everybody
yes.
else. There was no Marxist there.
Yeah.
There was no Marxist there.
Yeah.
So now you want to come and talk about Marxist philosophy and talk about, and the sad story about blacks. Black people bathanda izinto engasezabo.
They just run with anything.
Bathanda izinto engasezabo. You want to promote somebody else's philosophy, but it was your land that was taken, not
yes.
somebody else's philosophy.
And I'm talking about also go Russia, right? It was not a Russian. It was a white Russian man.
Exactly.
Yes. Lenin and the rest of them. Yes.
So, and today we are fighting amongst each other based on other people's philosophy, whom those people never experienced any issues about the land.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. So that is why every political party that comes gets to be funded. There will be money for it as long as you're not pushing what? For black unity.
Yes.
Start talking about black unity, then you're going to have a problem. You're going to find yourself alone.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to find you.
In the worst thing about like about Halusa, about Halusa, and Nemutua tells her this thing, Ari. It's almost spokesperson and Ari. It's about deepening of our democracy. I'm like, You're not deepening in democracy more. You are fragmenting the black vote.
Yeah.
You are dividing us much more than you are divided already.
But
I mean, we don't have any power anymore. I mean, how many parties you have in parliament?
Of course.
Black ones.
Who
It's
you
a
gonna vote
lot.
for? Who you going to vote to?
Yeah, one channel. So just in my Kerabon, more parliament thing. How many what parties are there? FF plus, DA, FF plus is DA, pila. Parliament. No, two of them.
And UDM.
UDM ya holo miseka. Yeah, but
I heard read something. Why
Yeah.
I included maybe it's the sponsor. That's why.
and again cause holo mis.
But you know what? I have to be honest in this podcast. I have to be honest.
Okay.
No, I have to be honest. Olumise has supported me, brah. He bought all the books.
Yes.
He buys all the colognes.
Good.
He's a brother. You understand what I'm saying? He's a brother. Even if you can see that he's got something, he'll be like, "What do you have?
Yeah.
Bring."
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And the other one, but that one is quite confused, brah. Teralikota.
The man.
What's the enemy kona wezang?
Yeah.
O kono tia the arms adife wena kamo. Ulwele wafeza wasokola.
Afele
o kamo.
Hey, abanne ko mara
Bratera, come I tell you, he bought all of my books.
Teralikota.
Yeah. And I asked him a question the other day after he made the statement that he made in the parliament that, blah, 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 the Freedom Charter, this and this. So basically,
Yes.
we don't have land. The land belongs to everyone. And I said, but Prati, you belong to black consciousness. And you knew Steve Biko better than I do.
Your motivation was what?
And you read my books.
Yeah.
But I come, I tell, just ask me, just tell me something. What the fuck happened?
What happened? Yes. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi ask him the same question. You were in Robben Island. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, the young boy. Are you in Robben Island?
Yeah.
What was your motivation? Now
Exactly.
no,
I asked him the same question.
is for all of us. What is wrong with you?
Exactly.
I get
What the
it.
fuck happened?
I get it. How can I free state?
Yeah.
Una le maburu ala una freestyle
Amarigeso.
anaka se loki
Shame.
naka se bona I tell you
Bratera no.
Uile.
Bratera is a flop.
wa bona the same thing e Mandela ba reng o yentse ha na discussa le ba go Stellenbosch
Yes.
after atswile
Yes.
ntate le yena kwa under pressure he was positioned go wrong wa bona ke le Mpumalanga
Yeah.
ne o tlo ba betere ba nong kwale o dutse ka mohara white supremacy ya maburu a buremag a makima malamakana naka se sa ba
naka sa beve
e mona o re batho ile ba khona o fa bramani gore a se re ke re ba gera gore fela bona
come I tell you how bad the situation is. And sometimes people don't understand. You know, you look at Professor Matola Motshekga.
Yeah.
That's a true Pan-Africanist. I've interacted with him. He has all of my books. We spoke. I've been to the Kara Institute. Just here in Pretoria. Yeah, just in Pretoria. I think how can I from what's the name of the street when you come from prison? You just go straight. Exactly.
Madiba le Mampuru, yes.
And he talks about history from Imhotep.
Yeah.
From Kemet.
Imhotep, yes.
Down here. I've been with him. I mean, he approves of my content.
Yeah.
He approves of my content.
Yeah.
But you look at the wife. Angie Motshekga. Total opposite. Total opposite. Bruh, you know, this is the part where you realize how bad politics are.
Yeah.
That's why I'm fair to me. I told my wives. La ekaya as a vote.
Yeah.
I like t-shirt le EFF, I like t-shirt le ANC.
Why was I vote?
This thing is George.
Vote MK bafana.
Yeah, you see that I can try. No, not laugh, Jay-Z. I love Jay-Z. Blast on his table, So I don't.
You don't vote at all.
I don't vote it. I told you I'm a humanitarian.
I'm vote MK.
No.
MK, now I'm gonna come.
A black person. Every time. I get to give a black person.
Yeah.
Mind why engineer what's the word?
Engineered in this way, yes.
Anything that is new that was not there, they will run with it.
Yeah.
It's like a new sneaker way, babe.
But keep a town to pay. Somebody asked this new veto. Very nice. Come how the chests are green, they're looking at each other. Emana. The chest thing, they're this like Zera's chairs that can recline and whatnot. Now, how those are felt a cell phone or a screen veto. So this guy about go X. Hey, what's about it's funny that black people will always run to buy a car, a new car that comes out of the market, but the white people will go by the dealership. Imagine.
Yes. Get a white a black person. We can prime. Hopola na go prime is ne fitla batho ba tsweletse go hulu go di macro ka di 5 o'clock ba ile reka ka price ile.
Yeah.
Ona bana ba rekisa tse 4 ka 50 rand.
Prime again.
It was some energy drink ke believe ngore.
Oh.
Le ona ne ba itlisitse gore batho ba inwe gore ba
shop it off it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But remember a black person o tshwana ke animal ile marang ka o botsang ka yona. Wa bona go.
Re rata
dilo ne.
Wa bona go. Fitla fela o fitle mo dikgong o eme hore di ka so fia attention.
Come I tell you something.
Last time I saw a line out of Uzi. Ba bontsha this picture bontsha banyana wa tletse Uzi tswe like sibuli. This other person admire why and it's a color and I'm attacking him on Twitter so much.
Yeah.
He's always critical of us. I'm like, what is going on? We might be able to admit some things.
Yes.
The other people was it's going to be an insult. So he's like, you know, these people are always saying they are so they are poor. But look at this. Almost this Zimbabwean businessman, Kadi Gucci.
Yeah.
Paper Gucci. Over this ladies by outside Gucci store. Look at this.
Yes.
What do you half is over a table like this with the bucket, the ice bucket.
My ice bucket.
You can take him more or more. It's nonsense. It's 1 year never known.
Yo, na ke mo weledi what Shandong.
So that's you. Yeah.
Come and tell you.
Le hula begging one of netse. Na sekale ile fela is netse o gar smeg.
Yeah.
O bona smeg brands o gar smeg. Le na go batla go smeg.
Yeah.
Ibro. I do not smeg again.
Oh, they get last mega 4,000 1 year. Like a sick. Not like I don't support the black person. Mara can't do. 4 students of Kettle.
Come and tell you something.
Hey, but
know-
I'm not disputing this, Megan. So please,
Sorry,
anyone's going to be watching this, go buy your smack. It's fine.
Potential.
Why, but yeah.
Come and tell you what's funny. Come and tell you what's funny.
Yeah.
Blacks, which is basically the Hebrews.
Yes.
What happened is that in Canaan, which you call
Israel now.
today,
Yes.
when the Romans invaded,
Yeah.
during
70
the day-
AD. Is
during
it?
the days of Pontius Pilate,
Yeah.
the first thing that they did, they brought in theaters, they brought in stadiums for games.
Yeah.
Remember, in the Hebrew culture, men and women, they don't mix together.
In Hebrew culture, right? Yes.
That is why kasizo
Bomme ba kwa,
Banna
bontate ba kwa.
separate.
Yes.
Exactly. And I've observed that because of it happens go mahaying without them reading the book. But you find that when you read the book, you discover that actually that's the Hebrew culture.
Yeah.
Men and women, they don't intermingle together at the same time.
Yeah.
That's why when events are happening, basadi kwa.
Banna kwa. Yes.
Now, what the Romans did to try and corrupt the culture, they brought in stadiums where women and men will come together. They brought in theaters
Yeah.
of acting where women and men will
We'll come together. Yes.
And the Hebrews, they looked into this thing but this is not normal.
Yeah.
It's against our culture. But those whom today are the descendants of the sellouts,
Yes.
they are the first people that went in and joined.
Yeah. Like you said here, who were never sold, those who never sold out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There are those who never sold out. There are those who sold out. I want you to understand something about whoever that is listening here,
Yeah.
that as you are seated there, you are of Hebrew stock.
Yeah.
You are God's chosen.
Yeah.
But
As black and African as you are, correct?
exactly, you are God's chosen.
Yeah.
In the actual fact, when the Bible talks about the Hebrews, the children of Yaakov, they are talking about you. But what happened is this: in the midst of you, there are those who rose, who sold out, and they sold out because of Nabarata Dilo.
Yeah. You know, whenever I say to people that Barute especially, the ones you see in Israel are not Jews. Just Europeans who happen to have some ancestry.
Yeah.
They claimed when they did the king, the state of Israel now, 48, they said anybody who's got an ancestry in the Holocaust. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Great grandfather.
Come and tell you
Come
who
and
formed
take
that.
citizenship,
Come
yeah.
and tell you who formed that.
Yes.
Britain.
Uh-huh.
Britain is the one that formed that.
Hey, keep on.
In the actual fact, Israel, the name Israel, it's recent. That land is not called Israel. And that's the reason why you'll notice that now when they talk about Bible and they will say that the name Israel came from Jacob, you will understand, Hori, this is a recent thing because that land was not called Israel. Kikanana.
Canaan, yes. Even the Bible itself, Israelites. Again, Ibuaka Israel. Yeah, now, from today, your name is not going to be Jacob, going to be Israel because you wrestled with God. And then we talk about Israelites who left Egypt, who were black like me and you. And then now we talk about Israelis who are now there and Zionists who are now occupying that land and saying it's theirs because they can speak Hebrew.
My brother, come I tell you, I've got a paper, I just didn't bring it here.
Yeah.
We are talking about here Bo Sadiki, Bo Hamisi, Bo Chirwa,
Yeah.
Bo Raulika.
And who are those?
These group of people, they are called the Lembas.
Okay.
And again, among the Zulus, they're called Amalala, Amahlubi. Among the Xhosas is Abatembu, Amampondo Mise. Among the Ethiopians, they are called the Falashas. When you go to Ghana, they are called the Ashantes. When you go to Egypt, when you go to Nigeria, they are called the Ibus. All these, and there's many more. I didn't just mention it. There's many more. Kamarabatswana, Kibo Raulika. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
All these are of Semitic origins. These are the natives of the land of Israel. That's why there will never be peace in Israel, because of whoever that is fighting there is fighting for shit. That land belongs to us.
Yeah.
There's many more other groups. There's researches that are being done scientifically and trying to prove the DNA. And it has been discovered that most of the DNA resides among black people.
Yeah.
Among black people. That's why Ben Ami could claim the land of Dimona, because of, he went there with black slaves, descendants of the black slaves. And they're still there. I had invited one of the guys when I had a group that I started. I've been fighting this thing. I want this whole thing that we're talking about today,
yes.
about Hebraic and all that.
Yeah.
I've been fighting it because of what made me to wake up to it. It was my passion of his temple. And I realized that I'm a descendant of Shalmon.
Okay.
Or maybe you can say the descendant of Mansa Musa.
Mansa Musa.
Do you understand?
Yes.
And I've been fighting about it. And there's a guy that I invited from Dimona called Avachiel. And he was teaching my group Hebrew, how to speak Hebrew.
Yeah.
Which is Hebrew is the language of creation. And that's why you'll notice that among the African language, there's a little bit of Hebrew. The word in Tswana is R-A or R-H-A. And in Xhosa, Chanukah is R-A, which is a Hebrew word. So has R-H-A or R-A. And it's a Hebrew word.
Okay.
So you look at our languages as Abotaki, and you'll notice that there's a little bit of Hebrew in each and every language that we speak.
Yeah.
But it got to be broken away.
Okay.
And which is the language of creation.
Yeah.
So if you were to unite the people, and they will speak one language, like today we talk about Swahili as one united language, then you will have the language of creation.
Yeah. All right. That topic for the day. That is someone. I don't tell them for a
Yeah, so
17 minutes past 10.
it's like negative.
Mama.
Ke ra batho ba rutlweletseng re boletse ka all these things tse le rong ka di negative, but solution e sa ka ha nna ke ba fa ka taba ya weakness. I get it down, get closure.
Yes.
Conscientizing a black person, it's key now to make sure that how are we going to fix ourselves from where we are. For instance, we are supposed to have now a president conscientized.
Yeah.
Because if someone is conscientized, we won't have problems still on the experience.
Kizuma.
I don't think. The
man is conscientized. He's conscientized, man.
Yeah, mara daimana asana matla na tswantse ile ikhutse, and then I don't think ke mang wa ka tlanga ro tshwara stulo sa be ke mono ne ben physically o ka mo lebella
no go di level ma ke or la go fa
coach la fela le ba di entrance ba ke and then after
then from there
you know what,
so
I'm sorry man to interfere, but you know what man is saying is true.
Yes.
And that's a sad story.
Yeah.
The man doesn't have strength anymore. And I wonder if he has groomed someone who understands his vision.
Yeah.
Because of once you've got a person who does not know or understand your vision, things are going to be messed up.
Exactly.
Let's
hope he did.
Zuma is the right man.
Yes.
But he doesn't have the strength.
Let's hope he did.
So that is why a conscientization ya motho. We first start to get a president. I don't care who a political party or what, but
yes,
whoever is supposed to be sitting on the chair, it's going to be someone who conscientized. Motalo conscientized, even talking about Katabayama foreigner.
Yeah,
was going to take action. Action. Yes. I'm not saying Obama foreigner.
Yes,
but there was something. It's one thing.
I did. Yes,
level like the president of Rwanda,
Paul.
Yeah,
Kagame.
Yes, Bona Wenzing. Or whoever was president, I don't care whether it was Zuma or it was Cyril. Influx yama foreigner evenly distant abonata the church. They get reports. They know what is wrong, but why are they not acting? And then if it's about money, a person will conscientize. Naka city the bribe from other countries. Because when you are conscientized, the humanity comes first in mind. So now now I'm saying politics, that's why I'm a humanitarian.
Yes.
I don't want to find myself work sacrifice. Yes, but now I'm saying our government right now, whoever going to sit on the panel parliament, be conscientized. And then
people, I mean, really, 70 years since the minister.
MK or whatever parties. How about you say young people go parliament? But I don't know who bagatile in or whatever. Personally, nahana motho ile university. Eba obele hilo eba ya school a fetsa eba university eba tlhoka mmereko eba nna ona bene bilo lo tlhokofala. Motho antse ntse ka mo ra parliament.
70-year-old.
A robala.
Ile president.
Then
Bobeki tell can't want to resign. Hanya go tsa mada black. Sama kise we metse man.
So things like that. That is why ha re bolela re lebeletse dilo tse ding. O tshwantse be conscientized so that how awake you gonna see nobody's going to fool you. Like I told you a black person offer something already it's like he knows what to do. Washian. How to go game asa level let's peg. Washian. How to new party. What again? But we didn't him piamuki cup. Unya could say this thing so that he wants to show off or I'm the first person. But after showing off those people, are receiving anything. We become billboards that advertise things even when the person or manufacturer as a kopelo remanufacture.
You know what he's saying. You know what he's saying. I've seen this thing a lot. We're the first country to allow homosexuality.
And you are proud. And you are proud.
We're the first country to approve abortion. We're the first. You are proud of shit.
Yeah.
Of shit.
An African woman. Are you mad or half on your basadi?
Yeah.
Mara buntate mula le buntate
exactly.
Why do we want to be acknowledged for
those are useless?
For being the first to do shit.
I think it's conformity.
To do shit. I think South Africans, including our government, they suffer from low self-esteem.
Exactly.
Low self-esteem.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me tell you something. I hope people are listening out there.
Yes.
Hey, brah, I love myself.
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah.
You know why? I'm so full of shit.
I'm
so full of shit. And I don't give a flying fuck. I don't want to be loved. I've got an organization. It's called Azania.
Yes.
There's some owns up there. They always try to be smart.
Yes.
But I'm so full of shit. I love what my other friend Malika said.
Yes.
He said, "You are so arrogant." I said, "Welcome, brother. I am.
Thank you.
I'm so arrogant. You know why? I've got knowledge.
Yes.
I've got knowledge. I've got content.
Good.
At the end of the day, you can't tell me what to do. I know who I am. So the sad thing about black people is that they don't know self.
Yeah.
They don't know self.
Yeah.
And that is why they always want to belong somewhere. They want to become part of.
Yes.
I love the blacks of.
They've let go. They let go of their own culture or whatever. They drop it.
Yes.
Apare Gucci.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't even know the origin of that label. Go and follow that. The origin of that label. And then I don't think fashionable.
Yeah.
Yes. So human, but human billboards. They take photos, but for that is a to a brand, someone in UK or America. It's
free publicity.
Yes, level Facebook. But what I get castle like more work. Did they even tell you who advertise our brand? What are you getting from advertising?
Nothing.
Yes. So that's why we must first start by teaching other people. Each one should teach another. Conscientizing people about your black consciousness. Then you'll be proud of yourself. the reflection you see in the mirror should make sure that you follow that same thing, not hate that person inside of the mirror, and appreciate
another
people's cultures. So.
Yes.
And
Tola GB. Your closing remarks, Bafanas.
And let me tell you this.
Yeah.
What he's saying is so right that I think if black people can know themselves more, when you know yourself, you're at peace with yourself.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what happens. Like I'm saying, I've got a community called Azania.
Yeah.
I started the community. And you see the guys sometimes, you know how black people are.
Yes.
Spirits, they go up.
Yeah.
Don't tell us that you're the founder. We know that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we know that.
That's the jealousy for
You understand? We know that.
Yeah.
And I'm not threatened.
Yes.
Because when you are called, you are at peace.
Yeah.
You know what you must do.
Yes.
People can fight, can stand up, come up with ideas and philosophies, but they don't take away who you are.
Exactly.
And what you are called to do.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I think this is the state where most of black people need to come in, where if we know ourselves, we understand ourselves, we'll be at peace with ourselves.
Yeah.
I hate this thing that I normally see sometimes in the driveways. A white person comes in and takes takes the parking lot.
Yeah.
And a black guy goes like, it's because I'm black and you're white and stuff like that.
That's on telling you.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Why does it have to be about being black and white?
Yeah.
Do you understand? We are quickly intimidated, and we quickly feel small because we don't have confidence in who we are.
Yeah.
It took the parking lot because of you was there fast. You were slow. It has got nothing to do with race. So these are some of the things that we need to understand, that when you have peace with yourself and you understand who you are, sometimes you don't have to play the race card. Because of when we miss things and we miss issues because of we are playing the race cards. And we get disappointed when we realize that our own black people are doing the very same thing that white people are doing.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, know yourself.
Yeah.
Be at peace with yourself.
Yeah.
Know who your ancestors are. And what you do, keep calm. Keep calm.
Keep calm and yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Keep calm. And know that I'm connected. This is me. This is how I do things. And I need to promote my own way of thinking.
Yeah.
So.
But dimba to amfana.
You understand? So what I'm saying to you guys, to whoever that is watching the show, we've said a lot of things.
Yes.
We've said a lot of things.
Yes.
But it goes back to you knowing yourself.
Yeah.
And you being at peace with yourself.
Yeah.
And the only way for you to do that, you need to connect with the people that are holding you, which is your ancestors.
Yeah. All right.
I was always in my ine.
I was always fun.
I was saying it's lo dimela.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marawagara moto mo ngena ntsanti. It's so.
Yeah. All right. Here's our today's episode, man. Monday discussing an abstract from the book Yaha Maine Nick Jibilika, The Missing Link. Advertisement yeah, we need that royalties.
Mutlo elo pata laga genie.
He has to be. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, genie na bona rofola. Ile nyaga oitsi ntsatilo re aparle di aparo tsa.
One for that. Remember ke na wa re bone. Yeah. But this has been a very good show coming to you live on Kgosi FM and www.holdings.co.za/Kgosi FM / is an online platform radio station and podcast. It be Kgosi Segongoane live show as you see at the bottom of the screen is going flashing there. Bona Reshap, let me do this for the last time because actually show pillow. This show was brought to you by This show is brought to you by Segongoane Medical Services and Clinic. They are a private clinic situated in number 70 Kgosietsile in Westview, Danville. They specialize on the following: primary health care, ailment diagnosis and treatment, including medication, wound care, family planning, well baby clinic, basic ultrasound, laboratory blood services, treatment of chronic illnesses, treatment and management of patients on ARVs, wellness screening, antenatal clinic, HIV services and counseling. They have a pharmacy on site and they are doing CCMDD services as well, OHS clinic, circumcision clinic and abortion services. Their cell phone number is 064 548 7176 or 071 422 8576. Again, the address is 70 Kgosietsile in Westview, Pretoria West in Danville. Cell phone number again is 064 548 7176 or 071 422 8576. All right. Like I said earlier, you want the same benefit for your ad for your company, your business. Please contact me on 064 548 7176. That was today's episode and today's show. Thank you, guys.
Thank you
so much.
Hey,
Faditse clip drift ya. Kudahala. Uto replace our fan. Hey, di man.
Ora hadi short.
The whole day. The whole time, di man.
what
about if you need it, bro?
What
I've been taking out to what come. People come here, they have to get. I don't drink liquor myself. So you just a bit. The whole bottle. All right, listen, today the show has been running live on Facebook and YouTube, thank God. It has been smooth, ayaha, kaira, silo, mudimuteng, and then yeah, so I can't the signal. Like last time we had a breakdown in signal. Yeah, but then it's here live. It's going to be live on our live tab. You go to the Kgosietsile live show, like you say on the screen here. You go there and then you'll get this live show. It's live still now. I'm going to finish it in a moment, but then you go watch it live again later on. Facebook, get the Kgosietsile, that's my name. If you can see, you do the same. You just go there and watch it and comment. Please comment, subscribe, follow us, ring the bell, share, give us a thumbs up, share. Take what's inside as a content. Born. How's a book? You read a book like this. After reading it, you take this. Now what I was taught. Guys, you before you read the Bible, you pray. Mudimu, let me understand what I'm gonna read here. And how to work for my life. Right? And then you meditate on that Bible. You meditate on that verse as well. And then after that verse will work for you in that way. Okay, verse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. So the same thing as a book like this. Read the book, take what is relevant for Wena, teach others about it. If the whole thing is yours, it's yours. If some of them can take mole, it's yours still. I am not done. Mara, the wish will be to take what's in the book. We are blacks and Africans. We need to go back home and get things right the way they're supposed to be.
Yes, that's why conscientization. Right now, what we're doing here is knowledge building.
Yeah.
Knowledge. So
yes,
teach one another. Learning. Tomorrow, people will subscribe, will comment.
Yeah.
We answer them.
Yeah.
Even if it's something, say I was wrong or I must go back and research. I must not mislead people. Yeah.
Yes. So what I'm gonna do is.
Let me put it like this.
Come on, Mikey. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember radio, Pop? Let me
put it like this. The book is available.
Yes.
What I do, I courier, I deliver as well.
Yes.
So it will be best that to manage, because of there's going to be a lot of people that are looking for the book. Let them get in contact with you.
It's me, okay?
And then from there you can tell me how many copies you need.
They need, yes.
And I can deliver those copies to you.
Okay. No problem.
Take it from there.
Yeah, it's fine. So my number is 071 422 8576 or 064 548 7176. You want a book? Arajibilika is only one of those. I've got 3 of them. This one for Stembu. This one for Ultimate Connection of Africa, right?
We're coming to that one. You see now that
yeah,
that talks more on Hebrew.
Yeah.
Hebrew.
Yeah.
Strictly. There's no confusion there.
Yeah.
I'm hitting you right there.
I
Who
don't work on
are
the
you as
Exactly.
a black person?
Right, what-
You are of Semitic origin, and you need to understand that you are chosen, you are loved, you are the prince, you are the king, and basically everything is against you. And these people that are fighting you, they're nothing else but reptilians.
Yeah. All right. Kgosi FM live signing over. Thank you so much for being with me. Like I said, Spotify, you go search for us there. Kgosietsile live show, the very same thing you see on the bottom of the screen. Same as YouTube. And then, like I said, Facebook, Segongoane, you go there, you like, you follow us, you subscribe, and you share this content. And you take it, and then we listen to your live. You know what? Give knowledge for you, for yourself, for your kids, for everybody else who's gonna come after you. That's knowledge for you. It's about time black people hear things from other black people. I'm so sick and tired of always having to be told by a white person or history guy, and I'm always fighting them. Sorry, you can't tell me where I'm from Congo. Don't do that. And you are telling me in this context that I can't claim South Africa as my own, as if South Africa, the whole Africa was cuffed before Letamo. Yeah. It was never cuffed. You cuffed it to your own need. There was a council in Europe, which said around the table, the French, the Belgians, the whatever, they were sitting, they say, okay, we're not at the PCFA. France are not Kenya Togo sharp. When I Togo it was. When I Belgium Kenya Congo youth, IT, Leopold. They were literally doing that. Britain, I'll take the Southern TPLA Africa, South Africa in Laganiarin. Yeah. They did that. Do you understand? So from now on, let's read books. What do you believe?
Can I share something in that? Can I share something in that? In the actual fact, the word Africa is not Africa.
Yes.
It's not named by us.
I heard about that.
This is Ethiopia.
Yeah.
This is Kush.
Kush, yes.
Black man.
Yeah.
So when you talk about we are Africans, the African naming came from the Europeans.
Mm.
We are Ethiopians.
Mm.
We are Kush.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's very much interesting to understand this because of, at the end of the day, you'll know that even the calendar that we are using is not the right calendar.
Yeah.
That's why I don't celebrate birthdays.
Yeah.
The question, how old are you?
We won't finish.
How old are you? Because
because
you're gonna come and tell me that I'm 33 years.
Yeah.
And the question I'm gonna ask you, by whose calendar
are you talking about? Okay, mine is fine.
That's why you guys.
Thank you so much.
Christmas, Valentine, all these
nonsense.
Never.
Yes. Yeah.
But we'll discuss that for
it's
another
coming.
day.
Tomorrow we are back.
Oh.
We've got a guest tomorrow. The ladies will be here. We'll talk about, can women stay without sex? But now we can't. It's a given. So you talk about them. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the diet that will make your libido high as a woman. Correct?
No, we're just saying help. To assist in those areas. So we're going
to be talking about that, and then there'll be a third person amongst them. The two of them will come and there'll be a third lady. Her name is Mahadi. She'll be here. She's single, by the way. Whoever wants a staple between the two of you, she'll be available for that.
I'm hunting, bro.
So we'll be talking about this tomorrow again, 7:30 to 10:30, whatever time we finish. Hey, we need to. Maybe they're not better one. Yeah, so tomorrow we are discussing that in a sense, spirituality within sex and the diet within sex. What does it really mean? Spirituality, sex, and so mostly based on the female part. For Banna, we as a man, we can't live without. Medically, I can explain to you why, and I'll do that tomorrow, and I'll let you know why medically we should be having sex minimum 3 times a week. as a man.
Yes.
Why? If not, masturbate in those in times.
I'm having it 5 times. I'm having it 5 times.
Ebe una le mosadi ne. Ebe a fetsa ka tseno mo kwatisa.
Yes.
Ebe nna kgwedi ya sa o fe marao.
One talaganya.
Ona hana o ruetsa.
Ona o ira ka wena.
Ke betse le ntatola ba re ke tate Molangeni. Wa mona how old was he? A bolela go Galadini.
Yes.
A bolela ro grile mbang mmaya Dlamini.
Yes.
Eba mola bolela re ya ke mo ratile ka mmotsa beana a re mara other thing ke mmoditse ka re ke tlo nyala ke o rata and then we're gonna have sex 3 times a week. Just imagine fela
Imagine.
I know 3 times a week.
Come I tell you, one of the things about it,
Yes.
I've learned something very interesting.
Yeah.
Bruh, when you lick the pose, chances of you getting cancer, they're close to 0.
Serious.
What the fuck?
When you do it like king, repeat again.
When you lick the pose, bruh.
So when you're like when you're muffing that woman.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, chance of getting cancer
that's
unless.
Why I love to muff. Come I tell you.
How mafa etsa gore o be le
Bon.
e kera gore ke
Let's talk about that tomorrow.
I'm curious.
Tomorrow,
you know,
everything that is pertaining to sex and women and how can they be able to keep it up in the fire in the bedroom and men as well.
Yeah, ke re basadi ba bang ba etsa gore banna ba be miserable la ka mkhori bolelang ha ile re date ya ba e fulo ba shapo e monno o ba ene ke 3 days fela
But yeah,
na se mmereko o montsi.
okay, but the gas face. Bye. I will see you tomorrow. Remember, the number is 071 4228576 for the books and the GBL. If you want one, call me there. Send me a WhatsApp on Torganyaka copy. How much I think I'm
That's 170.
170 this one. Okay, 170 for this one. Hana promotion, ne? 170 I'm calling. Yeah. Okay, it's fine. Maybe like 5 people come first. Maybe we're gonna, but it's fine.
Yeah, I would like work
5
out.
people come first, we can give 1 for free.
1 for free. Yeah. Or then pay for 4, get 1.
Yeah.
All right. I would like it. 5 people about Tombo, you pay. 4 people will pay, and then only 1 will be for free. Sharp 170 Laibata 071-422-8576 or 064-548-776. The book is here, and then now let him know how many orders do we got, and then we'll take it from there. He'll courier them to the studio, and then you can pick it up here as well.
Yes.
All right? No, it's fine. Bakay one. The sharp one.
Ne, Plus, I know sorry to but more amazing.
Yeah.